visual. I see it all.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm having some tech difficulties. Wouldn't surprise me. Hey y'all, what's up? What's good? Hey Kong, bringing you up to speak right now. What's going on this Tuesday evening? Oh my gosh, the llamas have come, but it's a herd. They heard about the herd. I heard about the herd. Yo, you're a real one, Papa Sam. Seriously, dude. Can somebody throw me 100 to see, or a heart to know that you can hear me? Okay, just checking. I thought I was just talking to myself as per usual. Just kidding. I was like, I'm seeing no action. I'm seeing nothing. Like, I'm good at talking to myself, but geez. We're just going to wait for the room to fill up a little bit. Thanks for coming in. I will say, not even going to lie, this is already one of the utilities. Knowing people and having a strong community. The llamas, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to fucking change. Oops, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to change mine to my llama. So we're going to just blow up this place. I'm going to throw up my llama because I haven't used it in a while. So I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling the love of the llamas. So I have to respect the llamas and how they roll, because you know what? That is a community. Besides the weird people, they freaking roll deep. Like, I've never seen a community that has done so much with all their... Hold on a second, 2 seconds. We're having some real technical difficulties. Yeah, so the Layback Llamas, like, seriously, I can't wait for an in real life in Toronto or wherever it might be, NFT NYC, because that would be popping. I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be fire and a half. If I can make it to that event, as long as it doesn't conflict with another event that I might be a part of, unless it's like one llama plus friends to bring in, so you can also what's the word I'm looking for? You know, introduce other people to the llamas. So it's almost like you have that membership, which is a utility, to come into this group to rep your and show other people, like convert them, right? It's like when you bring somebody to church for the first time, you know, sometimes it's a great experience. Sometimes it's like, I'm not too sure if I want to join, although I respect that you are so committed to your church, your religion, or whatever. I mean, I'm telling you, if you don't know about the Layback Llamas, you guys really, really should get with the program and just at least check them out, because really and truly, this is a community that just really... Oh, shoot. It looks... Yo, Kong, 1840. Where are the Kongs? This is going to be the battle of the communities. I need to get out the weird people now, because, like, seriously, this is just absolutely... Like, it might just be a herd of people. Like, everybody might just have to go buy a llama now, because, like, it's... the llamas have now invaded the space. But welcome, everybody. Hey, Dedos. Hey, Kai. We got Sky 2. I hope I don't botch this. Picasso. Rhymes with Picasso. And Double L Llama. Double I? I don't know how to pronounce it. What? Okay, hold on. Llama Man Slim. All right, that hurt. Just with the extra L or a I. It looks like a double L. Yeah. So what's good? Anybody want to come in, chit chat, send up a request? Today's space is basically speaking on utilities and NFTs. I think right now you're seeing a little bit of a llama invasion. A herd. The herd has heard the word. Oh wow. Welcome, Unicorn. And basically, I think I will say this, and this is just a me thing, my opinion, is communities are a utility. So when you're doing your research for a project, when you're researching something, I always say look at the Discord, check out the website, slow your FOMO. So you can FOMO, just slow it down just a little bit. Like it's like you don't always have to be in the fast lane. You'll get to the same destination in the far right lane or the middle lane. You don't have to be in the express lane. This is important because I mean, I even heard another story in a space, and basically it had to do with somebody giving away an NFT. Okay. So somebody won and it was pretty valuable NFT. And basically somebody had put such a great profile of the winner, copy and pasted everything, and like, DM the person or the host that was giving the gift of the NFT and got duped. Like literally somebody falsified their profile, the winner's profile, so well that the other person ended up taking the NFT because it looked like that person was DMing them. And maybe again, similar like the Discords, make sure the person DMs you first versus no, actually it wouldn't really matter in this case, because if the profile was like a good fake, it would still look like that person was, the original person was DMing the person. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, there's some really good scams out there. So I think this is definitely something we need to look at and watch out for. Again, another llama has entered the building. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay, can I just say, if you don't know about the laid back llamas, you're going to tonight. For the record. And yes, you can take the recorded space and run with it. I do remember Papa San's, I don't know if anybody else, and if you remember me coming into that AMA in the Discord and Bullish Bish, not even asking a question to Jesse and his crew. I swear that was like an epic moment for me. And it was, I can look back and laugh now, but at the time I was freaking out and I thought like I won the llama lotto. Okay, I'm not even kidding. It was crazy. And I mean, like, the community is so really tight knit, and I think again, very important. And I would classify that as a utility. So anybody throw up a heart if you agree that community is a utility. And we got a couple more people. I'm just going to, everybody's quiet though. Nobody really wants to talk. Hey Dedos, what's good? Twan, what's good? You know what? I'm gonna, if you can talk, come up and talk. Quasi, what's good? Let's see. What else? So I have a list, and again, anybody who wants to come up and speak, please feel free. I will say, okay, we'll start with staking, play to earn, meta. There's memberships, so as used as a utility. We've got events. Hopefully, again, I'm not gonna lie, I've been a naughty llama. I will promise I will try to get in minimum 2 times a week into the Discord, again in a recorded space, so my apologies. Hey Scary Gary, Chi-Town, what's good? Yeah, so again, I've heard of, and word of mouth, I mean, depends on how you market. Utility can be used in multiple different ways. So I actually got one, and I don't know if I 100% agree with this one, but let's talk about it. Art being a utility. Interesting. I'm not necessarily I'm a wannabe artist, okay? I'm not that talented. I'm not talented like a lot of these NFT artists out here and creatives. So is art a utility? Like, hands down, has anybody just bought the art? I think we all have bought at least one NFT without doing any research. We just hit the button because we bought it because we liked it. Airdrops, coins. We've got play to earns. We've got, and here's another thing, as a utility, influencers. Who comes attached to your laid back llama? Like, how did you find about your laid back llama? Like, for me, I'll tell you my story, and you guys might laugh at me, but that's fine. It's all good. I still have one, regardless. Long story short, my friend's like, yo, buddy, you got to look at this project. I'm like, okay, what's up? And I was in my mint mode. I fell in that rabbit hole, so I wasn't really paying attention at the time. He's like, yeah, you gotta. And I remember him showing me this artwork, because you can't really once you see this llama, you can't unsee it. Okay, it is stuck and embedded in your brain. It's like, okay, that's interesting. Okay, and then you start looking at the different llamas and what they're doing and what they're wearing. We've got like the bottom row. If you take a look at the bottom row right now, all the llamas are like repping hard. We've got like everything from a rock star to like 3D glasses. We've got like cool bright orange backgrounds, and like, the llama speaks for itself. I mean, I think Picasso has hold on, let me just check this out. Why is it not cooperating with me? Because like some kind of, he's got ETH chains, dog chains, and earrings, and hippie round glasses. I don't even know what kind of hat that is. It almost looks like a leader kind of. I have no clue what kind of hat that is. I'm not even gonna make it up. I have no clue, but it's interesting. Yeah, so the artwork is definitely, maybe, you know what? I lied. I'm taking this all back. Maybe it is a utility, the artwork, because it's already getting you to talk about, like me even talking about it. Like, what would you say so interesting? So anyways, he told me about this, and I was minting some other stuff, and I'm not even gonna lie, I again got really distracted. So if you don't focus on what you plan to buy in advance, and I actually bought a calendar, and I wrote down, because I know we have our phones, but I like to see something physical and staring me or slapping me in the face. And it says, this is the mint day for this. Make sure you put that aside. This is the mint day for this. You have whitelist or whichever. And then, don't miss out on those opportunities, even if you're buying NFTs just to flip them to buy another project. So right now, me personally, I'm a little too, what's the word? Attached to my NFTs. I haven't quite detached myself. Now here's another challenge, is I haven't sold anything yet. So I don't know if anybody can give me some advice on selling your NFTs at a reasonable price. Like, what are the tricks? I mean, like, I hear that you don't necessarily have to sell it on OpenSea if you purchase it on OpenSea. The key thing is just not killing yourself, spending so much gas by transferring, posting, all this other stuff. So like, you got to remember or factor in the cost of selling your NFT to make a profit, yet you have to find the best way to, I guess, do it wisely without getting gouged. So yeah. And wow, this is amazing. We've got more people coming in, and anybody who wants to come up and speak, definitely come in. We've got bush mantis up in here. The praying mantises are, a mix of graffiti and great art, and, another great community. I'm not gonna lie. You guys are epic. You guys are just, oh, wait, something wants to come up. Dedos is gonna come out. So he feels sorry for me because I'm talking to, like, basically by myself. I'm just kidding. What's up, all the way in Vancouver? Dedos, my new homie.
I'll just stop here.
What's
Yeah, I
good?
just wanted to touch upon what you're talking about. Talking. No. And then maybe it's better just to buy it back as soon as possible if you can, or just get into like, I don't know. I just think selling, you feel that way. Perhaps you do, Bullish, but I think it's good to like sell.
It's good to sell. Okay. I think
At times.
you're right.
Maybe there's a time to sell and a time to hold, right?
You know what? Okay, I'll relate it to crypto. I think it's interesting because we put more attachment on a picture as well versus a coin. Like we have multiple coins. Maybe we have more coins than just NFTs and we're doing the ratio. It's like, okay, well, I don't feel bad if I sell 30% of my coins, but we can't just sell 30% of our NFT, if that makes any sense. So it's like parting with a full unit. It's almost like selling one full ETH, right? It's like, but I want to sell part of ETH, right? Versus the coin, like you can cut it in any which way, shape, or form, right? So, I mean, it's interesting. And they say don't get married to your coins. Well, maybe we shouldn't get married to our NFTs either. So let me know what you guys think on that. And when I say guys, I mean people. I'm not discriminating. Just putting it out there.
Yo, this is Ecasso, and I appreciate you saying
Did I say it right?
Kind of.
Oh
Yeah, you said
shoot.
Ecasso. I said Ecasso, kind of like Picasso.
Right?
Picasso.
That's what I kind of got it when you said it. When I said it out loud, I'm like, okay, it sounds like, a riff on that. I love play on words, so I'm big on that. Thanks
Most
for rolling
definitely.
through.
Yeah, of course. Shout out to Papa. I see a lot of llamas in here. Trill, Sky. I think Flashy down there. But yeah, I was gonna jump on here. My daughter, I have to jump off here in a little bit. I told my daughter I'll watch a little bit of. She's all into tornadoes right now, so I got a tornado movie on Twister.
That's awesome.
I don't know how old y'all are, but Twister was 94, so I was all into Twister back in the day. So either way, so I wrote down a few of the things that you said. And I think you retracted it, like it's art and NFT. I think a lot of it is so like utilities come with perspective as well too. Some people don't ever jump into a Discord. A lot of people don't get on Twitter. I literally just got on the Twitter maybe 4 or 5 months ago, so I wasn't really seeing a lot of what was going on. But now I see Twitter as a utility. I get a lot of alpha, from Twitter now. And now even just being into the Discord, the first time that I ever got into Discord, it gave me a headache. It was just so busy, and so I jumped out of it and I never really got involved with it. But, being Layback Llamas is the first Discord that I actually like really started talking. Normally I stay like a fly on the wall. And I just like to listen and watch and see what's going on. So that's kind of like me for the most part, but this is kind of like an intimate vibe here. So I figured I'd jump on. But those are all, utilities. But like I said, the reason I said that is because it's perspective, because some people don't use that. For a minute, I didn't use that. And quick story, I haven't told any of the llamas this, but the first time, so Layback Llamas is the first NFT that I ever bought. But the first time I ever tried, I got rugged. I didn't know about like the whole, hey, someone's DMing you. I was like, oh yes, I got minted because I was watching it for a while. And and I got a message and it was like, hey, you got selected for a whitelist. I was like, dope. You know what I mean? I got lucky and I sent my money through and nothing happened. I was like, I even told my neighbor, because he was like, man, don't do the NFT stuff. And I was like, nah, man, give it a week. They'll send the llama over in about a week. A week came around and there was no llama in my wallet. So
no.
Yeah, your boy got rugged. but it's all good. I mean, like, all these things. I don't know if anybody else has gotten rugged or bought an NFT that's done absolutely nothing, or you know I always, like, when people talk to me about it, I always associate it with like the Wild Wild West right now. There's a lot of scams. Um, there's a lot of people trying to take your stuff, and you got to protect it, and at the same time you have to be savvy, and so I think and that's what makes it exciting and fun to me. Not to be long-winded, but that's what makes it exciting and fun for me, and just being able to travel through this as pioneers. We're all pioneers on here. They're buying NFTs, and even the crypto space, we're pioneers of something that's going to be that we feel is going to be big and exciting. And so but we gotta, Trill's from Houston, so he knows what I'm saying when I say you gotta guard your grill. And
Oh wow, Houston is
H-Town,
live. I went to South by Southwest,
okay.
and I've never been to Texas, and I'm from Canada, so we don't have open carry or concealed carry or any carry really. And I was in
Oh, yeah.
Austin, and I saw this guy's handle and it matched his hoodie and the way he was positioned. I didn't see it first. I'm like, hey, is that real? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm out. Like, later.
Oh yeah.
In the politest
we
way,
ride
I
it.
split like a banana. I'm like, I'm not built for this shit.
No, we ride around in Texas, yeah.
That's real.
But
That's real. I enjoyed it, and I need to
it
go
is
to a
real.
Buc-ee's, FYI. Buc-ee's is where it's at.
Hit a Buc-ee's for sure. But yeah, either way, I could be a long-winded guy, but either way, just in short, I love the space of NFTs. I like the exciting part of this, the nuances of that. It is, there is a lot of unknowns, but we just have an opportunity, especially with dope communities like the Laid Back Lines. I sometimes just sit in there, I won't even say a word, and like people like Sky that have like tons of knowledge and are super smart guys. I mentioned Trill. He's in there a lot, and he's got a lot of personality. I just sit on like a fly on the wall and just soak up a lot of information. So, people from all across the world. So, but yeah, all these different things are utilities that, they may not necessarily, I take this back. They do translate into dollars because, or into the value or increasing the, a lot of people focus on the floor. I don't even necessarily always focus on the floor, the community, this part of it, because like I said, this is like, this investment right here is us is the pioneering side of it, and we learn things, and then whenever we're able to plant our seeds deeper with that knowledge, it's bound to grow. So that's all I got. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go watch my tornado movie.
Thank you for coming in, definitely. Every laid back llama in here, you guys are all awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Trill, that is one motherfucking crazy ass llama, and I'm in love. Like, everybody has an awesome llama. Like, if you really look at, and like Flashy's banner, yo, sick. Like, it looks like the road trip of, I don't know if one farts, if all the llamas still survive, but that is a banner. And like, yeah, seriously, I don't know. I really have to like commit more to the llamas. I've been a naughty girl, I'm not gonna lie, because have been involved doing spaces and other things on the back end. It's very difficult for me to get in discords. It's easier for me to say what's up in a space, how are you, what's new, what's the alpha, like, like, I really try. And Twitter, I mean, like, Twitter's a little easier for me to communicate because I'm usually always on it, so I don't have to go back and forth and all this other good stuff. I think you're right with that as well. Twitter is a utility as well. Airdrops, community. I put community. Like, if you guys have not looked in this room, there are so many layback llamas. If you don't know them, check them out. And also they have the lady llamas, which I don't have one as of yet, although I am so interested in trying to get one because, again, awesome community, and I relate like, I need to have a female for my guy as well. That's you know my one is lonely. And when I hear about Papa Sam's and creating all these herds, it's like, yeah, I got another one. I was like, oh wow, like what am I doing? Like maybe I should concentrate on one thing and really focus. But you know what? I think that shows you the commitment and of one community as well. But like I see how he rolls and how he moves, and I'm like, yo, that's some crazy shit. Like I need to get on that. And it's learning from other people and how they do things as well. And I think that was another touch on, like, I asked somebody else, I said, how do you buy your NFTs? And he's like, I do whatever my friends are doing. I said, really? Like it kind of shocked me. But I mean, I know there's some alpha groups in there. Again, I firmly believe you should still do a little bit, at least if you're going to just FOMO hard, or I say slow-mo the FOMO. You can still FOMO, just do it a little slower, but use a little more caution, because there are a lot of scams, because there are rugs. Just make sure that at least you do the basics, like, find out who the co-founders are they doxxed? Sometimes it doesn't even matter if they're doxxed, but I mean it does help a little. And like find out the community, like there are some communities like the Weird People I'm also a part of, and I mean like tight family community. And I this is just something. And the Kongs, Gangster Kongs, I'm in the community as well, and I see them always conversing, and they love their PFPs and NFTs and the community, and they're extremely supportive. I mean, this is important, that I think everybody needs to realize that for a project to have longevity, that you take care of your community and invest in them and support them. And that's, I think, great. And also a utility is some of these projects that are treating it like a business and have run businesses. I think this is important because they know the long game. They don't want to just, maybe they do, but most of them want to make more money or continuously make money, and that's important. So how is that going to happen? Your community is your utility. They're your word of mouth. They're your biggest supporters, holders, whichever you want to say. And I think that's, I mean, I would love to see more play to earns, to be honest. I haven't been involved in too many of them. I own one, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been lazy with this thing. Because reason why? It's so complicated. Like, I'm not gonna say exactly what it is, but it's a horse and it's racing. And to to put the horse in a stable and find the right race, and it's gotta be in the same category, and you gotta have X amount of races before. It was like, if I only had a couple horses and that's all I did, I would, concentrate on that. Although, like, it gets really technical. I'm like, listen, I just want to, rent out an NFT, and that's also how some play to earn games use some of their NFTs as a utility, is, borderline staking. And then also you have the option to rent out your NFT for people to use it. And I mean, I'm a part of KRL, and it's a little racing game, and I have mine staked, although it's more on the coin side versus the NFT side. And at one point I'm like, why am I going to spend this much money on an NFT? But now that I've entered the NFT world, we'll call it, I understand it more. And then also as a utility, the metaverse, like being able to go into the metaverse and take your NFT in there, do whatever you need to do, whether it be have a party, have a live event, build stuff, play to earn, maybe, ideally, shortly. Everybody keeps talking about it, but not too much is in full use as of yet that I know of. I mean, there's companies buying up land in the metaverse as well, and it's not cheap. It's not cheap. I don't even know if I can afford like a baby pixel of the metaverse. No, I'm just kidding. I probably could. But yeah, anyways, enough rambling. We've got Big Pop. Sorry, I'm gonna bring up it. Oh, we got a Canadian in the house, eh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whereabouts are you from, Big Papa Camps? What's the deal? Are you gonna come up and speak poutine to me? Just kidding. I'm just outside of Toronto, so I'm not just making fun because you're Canadian. I'm a Canuck as well. We a little crazy. A little crazy one, especially when I went to Chicago. Chicago's a real city though, I'm not gonna lie. I went for an IC Web3 event in Pilsen, and it was interesting. And here, okay, we can speak about utilities because I wrote down events, and I think these are the key things is meeting people in real life, and it gets you to travel, because I've never been to Chicago, and obviously we hear about the pizza and other beautiful stuff like Chicago Bulls and that beautiful shiny bean, and I didn't get a chance to explore the art galleries. I just went for the Pilsen event at the IC Web3, which they do a couple of, and I believe Scary Gary was actually at South by Southwest. I didn't actually get to meet you, unfortunately, but I saw you on the panel, and I know you're pretty advent in the industry of events and what's going on in Chicago, which is excellent. Yeah, so meeting people in real life, this is huge, and I think, again, holding these NFTs, the utility is the perks of going to certain events. And oh no, I have to say one thing. Oh, Dominican and Canadian, awesome, I think. Or is it Filipino? I think it's Filipino. Sorry, my glasses are off. I see the colors are similar. I will try J-Doc's Coinverse. I think this should be a game. Say everybody's name. Like, for me, it's a struggle. My apologies. Welcome to the room and space. So, Layback Llamas, I think you've won everything. Send me your DM me your wallets. I got to give everybody in this room something just for popping in. I really appreciate it. Send me your wallets, and I will send you if you want to receive it. If you don't, then I know people are cautious about certain things with their wallets, so, and I don't blame you. So if you have a burner wallet, definitely I can send it there as well, or send it wherever you want me to send it. Just send me an address. How about that? In Canada, I was like, yeah, send me your postal code, eh? Just kidding. Bad. So yeah, send me your wallets. That goes for everybody in here, and I will send you a IC Web3 NFT, and they will ideally in the future hold some utility. So that's a baby alpha there for you. And yeah, we're yeah, baby alpha. I can't say huge alpha because it's, you know, we're building still. We're still baby. We're still, you know, that pioneer stage of, you know, this is how we're doing things right now, and later it'll be like, oh my gosh, look where they've come from, right? Like, even almost every successful project started off a little slow-ish, and then it blows up, and it's all about the connections and, again, the community. So I think, and even when you hashtag community, you see how many trends it has in that hour. So I think this is what makes or breaks a project as well. So I think that's when we all do our own research that, sorry, I'm rambling. When we all do our own research, this is one thing that we really, really definitely need to consider, right? Is how tight's the community? Are they talking just basic stuff, or are they really like hitting some crazy alpha up in there and real connections? And I think, Bushman is what's up?
Brushman, that's what's up, Bullish. Thank you for having this space.
What's up? Yeah, no worries.
I wanted to talk quickly about what's it called? Not building in. If a project is not building in the metaverse on a roadmap, if that is like I see that as a red flag off the jump. So we're early, right? We're early. We don't know what the space is. I hear, like, I was listening to you say things about, like, you know, flip the MT, flip the MT, flip the MT. I hope that time is not gone forever, right? Like what we saw in the first, like, door open of that crazy space. But I know things are changing, and I do feel like if you buy an NFT, especially if you're buying it for quote unquote utility, you should probably hold on to it for a little bit, just so this world can figure out, you know, what's going on. And we all got, like, super burned in all the ways, and right now everybody's, you know, like, just checking themselves, being like, yo, what the fuck just happened? You know, like, what was all that? How do we get more of it? It's funny, like, people are addicted to you know, like, this flipping. I think it's the flipping part that can be a little dangerous, kind of mess up the community. And I hate that word, community. I hate that word, community. I'll work on it. I'll find my own word, but I've just watched it thrown around insanely. And for me,
Well, how about herd?
I like that.
Because we've got a lot of llamas in here, so I'm just taking their vocab. The herd is where it's at. I mean, posse, gang, whichever. I mean, when you're rolling through, look at the llamas. And I didn't even, like, Papa Psalms brought everybody in here, and I really, again, appreciate everybody coming in. Dax is my dude from Vancouver, so is Dedos. Like, I really try to support everybody and anybody who has a project. Okay, so community. So let's try to find a different word for community. Support, well, besides members, like, holders, like, it's going to be interesting. Let me work on that one. Community, replacement for community.
It's a rough one, but it's like, why are people buying this stuff? And I feel like everybody's just buying because, you know, the puppeteer says, these are popping, these are popping, these are popping. I'm noticing big projects not minting out. I'm also noticing, I mean, projects with budgets. Just like, we all have to adapt to what is the now, because, like, this space changes faster than we're prepared to handle. So, like, if I see a project following, like, that old protocol, like, I'm looking at my website now, right? I'm redoing the whole thing. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, had I launched a few months earlier, this would have been acceptable. But now, in just a few months, it's got ruggy vibes to it. You know, like, now I can see these things. And when I was designing it, I'm like, well, let me take these 20 websites, you know what I mean, and pick and choose what I like, this, that, and the third, because I'm not a website builder, you know. But I don't know, I just wanted to comment on that. Like, it's fascinating how fast this changes, and if people are not going to be building in the metaverse, I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. I feel like that's important. So you open up your shop, you know what I mean, and then you could sell different shit in the metaverse and just keep your name alive.
I agree with you, and having a website is definitely a big bonus when people are doing their own research to find out, okay, does this project have a roadmap? Maybe not yet, although when the red flag for me is when I hear, oh, we don't have a roadmap. Okay, so are you just telling me that you just want to sell a first gen PFP? Like, why why don't you have a roadmap? And so these spaces I find are very important because we actually get to ask the tough questions, or hopefully you are asking the tough questions, because again, we're spending our hard-earned money. Like they're people are doing some wild stuff to get their NFTs. Like, give you an example, I didn't finish my story. So my friend was telling me about this, and I'm like, so Papa Sam's was in a weird space, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, listen, I need one. And that trust factor was crazy because he could have rugged me. I didn't know him, and I did what I said I was going to do, which is very important. I think when you're in spaces, do they do what they say they're going to do, etc., etc. And I think that's important. And I think, sorry, I got stuck. So basically, we did a trade. I said, listen, what are we going to do? I want a llama, pretty please. So we made an agreement to do a trade. And I greatly appreciate him for doing that because he didn't need to. And again, that's how you also onboard people. Like, you know, that's that trade. Like it was a decent trade because my alpha that I traded him for, it wasn't like a bad, like the floor is not going down on this. It's a consistent, good project, thank goodness. And I really wish I minted more of those as well. And, you know, we learn from our experiences. I think that's it. Don't beat yourself up. And I think that is key in anything. Just learn from it, move on. Welcome Visual. Hey, what's up? Sorry, I'll never conflict our spaces again. I love you so much. Yeah. So we've got a couple. I'm just going to reset the room a little bit because I see everybody in here. If you're enjoying the space, please do retweet it, send it to you, tag a couple of friends that might enjoy it. This is also for not only people who are new in the space, or this is also for people who just are getting into the space or into crypto NFTs and crypto, because you know what, you're still going to need crypto to buy your NFTs. So I guess that's where I was going with that. Nice save, right? Just kidding. Wow, so special I am some days. It's been an interesting one. Yeah, so I find these spaces are important. And Visual, I just want to let you know, if you see a lot of llamas in the room, you're not hallucinating. Layback Llamas is a real project.
I see a lot of llamas.
Yeah.
Hello, llamas. Hello, everybody.
So what's good, Visual? What's good? What utilities do you look for in a project? Because you and Pete are the NFT connoisseurs.
Yeah, I'm a connoisseur for sure. Wow, utilities. You know what? It's funny. I was just in an interview right now. The one you conflicted with me on, that I wanted you to be there for the whole thing, but you decided to start your own space and only listen to half the conversation. But anyway, and I was asked about utilities and what I look for in projects, and I told him honestly, my first thing is the artwork. I love good artwork, you know, and that's really my baseline with a lot of stuff that I'm into. But as far as utilities go, I don't really look for a project that necessarily has to have utility, because I feel like a lot of times that's kind of like a bonus and add-in. And I also feel that a lot of projects kind of overwhelm themselves with these big promises, and a lot of times they're not able to fulfill them, even though they might have good intentions. I don't think that they have the capacity all the time to be able to fulfill that entire roadmap or on time. And I think it could be a little tough. And I'm more of like, you know, I'm not going to be harsh on a project that says, hey, we're going to do this on this day, or when this happens, and they don't do it right away. But I'm also kind of thinking like, maybe you should have planned that out a little better, because there's a lot of crazy people that are investing in NFTs and they want you to do everything like immediately. So I don't know. I think you got to be careful. But definitely as a collector, I'm kind of looking at a project that just gives me some dope artwork, and whatever else comes with utility, I'm looking at it like as a bonus.
Definitely. You know what, at first I was like, how is art utility? And then I retracted that very quickly. And as you speak about it, it changes the game. And again, when you're part of, why is Nino laughing at me? Don't laugh at me. That's not nice. You know what? I don't see you running this space. Just saying. No, but all around, in all honesty, we're still early, right? So in Web3, we haven't set the bar extremely high for some of these projects, which is good because everybody can't run a sprint 100 meters right away. You have to train for that. You have to start somewhere. You have to be coached. So I think, again, because quote unquote we're still early, which I don't always love this saying, although I don't know how early we are on the gauge. So that's why I don't love the saying. Where I want to go with this is utilities in the metaverse. We hear it. And I was in one space, and this is interesting, and I don't know if anybody else wants to chirp in on this one. So when they promise you everything on a roadmap, oh, we've got giveaways when we get to this point, and we've got this, and now we've got a game, and we've got merchandise, and we've got this. And from a gamer standpoint, they were like, you know how long it takes to build a game? When they're offering you the moon, the stars, and I think it was Tyler from Alpha Traders Country Club saying that. And this is another project that, the community is strong. They offer an NFT, but they set up their community first, which is what most people do. And then they come up with their NFT. Although the utilities and the community and what they offer is like insane if you're into trading NFTs, crypto, or trading. And I think, again, building the word of mouth and that visual, I don't know if you can help me out with this one, but what other words would you use besides community?
Oh, wow.
Right? Are we Googling this? Like,
Well,
I said
you know
herd.
what?
It's kind of
of
use herd, right? So
yeah, no, and that's cool. See, I dig that. I didn't know that. I dig that. That's pretty dope. I think it's something that's kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say it's kind of corny, but it's just overused. And I just say, just go build that community, man. We're listening. We're watching. We're part of the process. So if you're building it, we're gonna see it. I don't think it has to be mentioned constantly, and I think it starts to get into something that just sounds a little silly to me once you start saying community this and community that all the time. I don't know. I think the proof is there. If you're doing it, we're seeing it. We're watching you. We're part of the project. We're invested in it. We're collecting it, or we're seeing what you're doing, whatever it may be. Like, it's there. I think a lot of times, people are part of a community of something and they don't even realize it because they're actually enjoying being part of that community. You know what I'm saying? I think at the end of the day, I think a lot of it has to do with they're just branding something. When somebody uses community, often it's part of branding, which I think is a big part of the NFT space. Community is part of that brand, and I understand it being used so much, but I think it doesn't need to be used as much as people may think. Because I think as collectors and as people part of the community, I think we're all enjoying the process, regardless of the project.
yeah, enjoying the process and not getting sleep. What's up, Nino? What's good? What's popping?
Oh, nothing much. Bullish, what's up with you? Bullish, what's
With
up?
the G-Vols. Oh gosh, another community. I mean, posse.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, we're something like a gang. But
gang.
I was gonna say, the word that you're looking for is culture. Everybody's trying to,
Ooh.
culture
Facts.
thing in the NFT community. Everybody wants to sell community, but it's really culture. Every NFT has its own lane, its own people that it has its demographic to, it relates to. It's like visuals say the first thing you look at when you buy a project is the art, and that's true. But there are a lot of projects that are just solely based on utility. So my favorite thing I like to ask everybody is, do you want to build a project or do you want to sell a project? It's kind of like, do you want to get down or do you want to lay down? But at the end of the day, like I was looking, there's so many projects out there. A lot of them are community driven projects that have to do with getting other artists to network with each other and build their projects and sell their projects, get their name out there in the Web3 space. So I think that's a huge utility. The other utility is like metaverse projects. They don't really have art, it's just metaverse. The other day, today I got off an AMA with a guy and he was like, the only thing that this NFT does is gamification. And I was like, well, shit, why sell an avatar if you're selling a metaverse? What's the point of the avatar? There's a lot of projects out here that are coming at those angles that are creating utilities that don't really have an existence in, I guess, their project, where it plays a bigger part, where it actually has value. So, I mean, I would say utility is super important, but I think art is the first thing you look at when you're getting into this space, and how you gravitate towards that art, those people, that culture. If you're from that culture, then you can understand it. That's why I resonate with the homies so tough. They were the first project I got with. They've, I guess you could say, under promised and over delivered. But the culture of a homie, everybody across the world doesn't really know what a homie is. But as you get into the project, you understand what a homie is, the friendship, the terminology of how to be a homie, what that means, what that culture it has, for you or for the people that are a part of that project. But yeah, for sure, that's all I wanted to say. Gassed it real quick.
So what is a homie?
You're the homie.
Don't stop.
Hey, nah.
Oh my gosh.
I would say in my best definition of a homie is somebody that you can count on, you can rely on, that you call your friend, somebody that'll have your back, that is consistent. That's a homie.
Definitely. So were you talking about the Ethereum homies? That's what I was also getting at.
Correct.
Just for those
Ethereum.
who are not familiar with the Ethereum homies, definitely a great project. I hold one, and I'm a weird girl, so I'm more on the weird people side, and they just got their website up, so I'm ecstatic about that. I haven't really wandered in there yet because I've had a couple spaces to do, but I will definitely be checking that out, and so proud of this project. And I hear what you're saying. I like the word culture, because you build it, you grow it, you groom it, and you flourish together, and you build these, I almost said the word community, you build these relationships with people. And I think that, it's the weirdest thing. People in spaces, you have stronger bonds than you have had with some of your friends for years, but it's the new secret life that we live, I think. It's the new underground. Hey Lotus, what's up? What's good? Welcome. Yeah, and I don't know what else to say. Save me visual. Just kidding. No, but all around, I think we're all a part of different. Can we use clicks? Forget. I get always in trouble for throwing some gang signs up. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know they're all gang signs, and I get told from my Chicago people, don't do that with your hands. Like, that's a gang sign. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're not gonna shoot this little cute Canadian girl. Like, if they'll be like, oh, she's clueless. Maybe she's special. I don't know. But
Stop game banging, Bullish. Stop game banging.
yeah. So yeah, what's up, Papa?
Well, a big piece about that utility is the longevity. So like you could look at the llamas where, we sold out in 2 minutes from mint, and the volume's like 1,000 ETH. So like 2 minutes from your project coming out, you got 1,000 ETH. And the things on your roadmap now is like constantly evolving. So you're manifesting your whole metaverse, your whole world, and that's going to be like, that's a staple. So that's number one on the list. you got to start getting those developers building your sandbox or building your NFT world, so your community could come out and spend time in the metaverse. So like we use Twitter as a utility, we use Discord as a utility, but that actual metaverse space that is being built right now, um, that's ultimately like the staple. So like Ethereum homies, the homie G's, that's their thing too, that like they're building it out so when their mint is done, all the homies have their voxels in the sandbox. Like, yeah, we talking metaverse, so like, you know, that's a big utility to be able to utilize. For me, like, Layback Llamas is tied with the entertainment side. So like our our team is the NFT agency that put it out, and like one of the owners of that company was like an A&R, and he has that background. Like Styles P is part of the Llamas. There's a lot of other musicians, athletes, UFC fighters, car racers, soccer players, like all types of people in the community that like we could flip that utility through different channels by having those like connections, relationships as well. You know, and then like the play to earn, that's like those Lady Llamas, that's what their whole purpose is. So like the collection started with 100 boss llamas about 6 months ago, and then they minted for like 0.15, and the floor is around 3-4 ETH right now. And then the laid back llamas came out, which is like the herd, so there's 7,000 of us, and that just came out about 3-4 months ago. So the lady llamas mint this month at the end of the month, and there's 3,000 of those, and those purposes like to multiply, you know, play to earn what your llama is going to make you. So you know, you have your llama that you're going to use your play to earn, and then you got your lady llama to help you multiply, and then also you'll get like a free airdrop based off of your llama and your lady llama being in your wallet. It's also like the way the developers set up like the contracts too. So like you get a whitelist right off the bat for having like a certain amount of llamas in your wallet, where the contract will read your wallet. I think like those are like low key utilities that people don't even rate. Like, you know,
Definitely.
you don't even
I was just
really...
about to say that the airdrops, the whitelist for future projects, all the other little perks, the alpha,
Yeah, and
100%.
that's something like where the Discord like is a utility, but there's also another utility within that. So every like 4 hours you could say, I'm here, I'm working, I'm putting in work, and then they give you some grass, and then that grass stacks up, so you could use it for whitelists. You can use it to get more llama NFTs. You can use it for in real life merch. So if you want to like cash in your grass and get a PS5, get a Apple Watch, get like, you know, one of those cool digital frames that you send me with your NFT in it, or like
Definitely.
a custom pillow, whatever. Like, you know, that's just like some utility within the Discord. They told me I'm the most helpful llama, so they dropped me like 5,000 grass. You know what I mean? Like,
And you didn't
yeah.
smoke it? I'm
Yeah.
very proud of you. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
kidding.
just little things like that, you know, that you could benefit off of your NFT, like flip it in different ways. So they said they're doing an animated series, and they're in negotiations with contracts for that, where your llama could appear in the animated series and you're getting royalties. So it's almost like, you know, you create your NFT to be an actual you know, like personality or a character that now like you're making money off of. Like the Bored Apes is really like, you know, the up there like 120 ETH floor NFT, but that's like the direction that they go as well, where, you know, people open up restaurants and it's like you see them lined up around the corner in Long Beach for that greasy burger just because it has the Bored Ape on the design and the merchandise. And, you know,
I'm not buying a burger because of that. Just saying, for me, that's not cutting it, unless I get like 50% off because I own that NFT. Not even just a Bored Ape, but I mean like an NFT. Yeah, what's up, Visual? No, but I'll touch back on what you got to say in a second, Papa. I'm just gonna let Visual not hold his hand up forever.
Nah, I just had a question for Psalms. Psalms, so are you part of the Layback Llama team?
I'm just an investor, like I got into the project, bought a whole lot of llamas, and then just
Yeah.
super active that
Okay.
I got the ambassador role in the Discord.
That's
Um,
what's up.
and before that, like I was with the Ethereum homies. I bought a few homie G's and just got some game from the homies on the whole like NFT space. So
Yeah.
um, it's like Icasa was talking on how you get rugged on the fake mints, and people always trying to scam you, and you just got to guard your grill. So it's like part of the learning curve going through those pieces that like, I got my ledger, I got my cold storage, I got like my hot wallet, a little more hip to the
Yeah.
game than I was a few months ago. But yeah,
Facts. Facts.
I'm really like in depth on what the team's doing and everything because I
Yeah.
spent so much time in the barn. I live in the barn.
That's dope, man. And that's I guess that's I could ask you because I was honestly the way you were talking, like I wasn't sure if you were part of the team or not. We've never really met or nothing, so I think I've been in a couple spaces with you. But obviously you know a lot about the llamas and you're involved heavily. And my question I wanted to ask you, man, was somebody who's invested and involved heavily in a project. Because I really have, like you mentioned Discord a lot, and I guess that's what kind of made me ask my question, because I'm not really a Discord person, like I have a lot of NFT projects that I'm a part of, and I'm just not in Discord, man. It's just not my thing. There's really nothing about it that I like, to be really honest with you. It's too busy. I don't like the UI of it. It's just not my cup of tea, man. Whether I'm on a PC, a tablet, a computer, my phone, whatever it is, just don't like Discord. But obviously, there's a lot of stuff that goes on Discord that benefits holders, that benefits anybody invested into a project, and I completely understand that. Completely understand that. But like I said, just for me personally, it's just not my thing. So as somebody who's heavily involved in a project, and obviously you're in Discord, and you understand the benefits of being part of that Discord. I mean, do like your honest opinion is somebody like myself that's not really digging Discord, am I really missing out on a lot of benefits that I see? Because honestly, like I see a lot of stuff, from projects that I love that I'm just like, yo, I didn't know that was happening. And then I'll talk to somebody and be like, oh yeah, we've been talking about Discord for the past month. So I think I know the answer, man, but I just want to hear your insight from somebody who's heavily involved in the Discord and part of a project, man. Am I missing out?
It depends how invested you are in the project. So like I have like the Alpha Girl, I got the Homie G's, I got these other projects where I don't spend time in those Discords. Like I hop in, look at what the holder giveaway is, and that's it. Like I just want to see what's going on. I want to do a quick rundown on the announcements and get out. Like I don't even say what's up. Like I'm just there to pre a little and get out. But by being like in the llamas Discord, like 100%, like it's on all day, all night. Like it's just there, so I can see everything. And I feel like if I wasn't in the Discord, like so in tune with it, that I'd miss out a lot because there is the announcements that come out and there's the stuff on Twitter that comes out that keeps you in the loop. But like me knowing that the whitelist date is set and knowing what exactly it entails to get, my Lady Llama stacked, I'm up to the point that I got like 5 whitelists, and that's like, people are struggling to get one because there's 7,000 llamas and only 3,000 ladies. But like if I wasn't in there, I wouldn't be like on top of that, or like whatever really you want to maneuver towards in a project, you get everything out of it. If it's something like the project doesn't really have a roadmap, isn't really growing, and there's just people there like hanging out, then I guess you can't really take away much from it.
Right.
But if it's something like with like a big roadmap, and like I said, the llamas have 1,000 ETH, like, so I want to know where that 1,000 ETH is going. I want to be like right on it. So they said the metaverse is getting built, so I'm in Sandbox and I'm playing around, getting comfortable, because when they launch the Llama Land, like I'll be all ready to go. Like I know how to move around in that metaverse. Different pieces in the Discord is like it's information, and the team people that are running the project. So you get a lot of alpha for sure. But even if you just have somebody that you could talk to, that you're like, hey, what's going on? What's the alpha? You know, like Bullish could like hit me up and be like, what's good with this? And I could just bring her up to speed.
Right.
Sometimes I do, and they're like, yo, you need to get in doing this, and I'm like, oh, and I try. And he's like, oh, it's just all
Man,
over the
but
place.
you know
He's
what
all
it
over the
is?
place.
Like, I
What's
just, man, I don't know. I'm telling you, like, Discord is just, it's just somewhere I don't want to be, and it's terrible. But I can't front on it. You know what I'm saying? I can't front like, yeah, I'm all
Some people
about
don't have the
Discord.
attention span for
Yeah,
that. I'm not
you know,
saying you
I
don't,
mean, and
but
it's
I'm just
just,
saying it's like our minds are somewhere
it's
else.
it's
in
not
a
necessarily
way.
the attention span. I just feel like,
No, I
okay,
get it,
like,
but I'm just
like
saying, you know what
let's
I mean
just
by
say
that.
I'm part of, like, all right, I hold like 20 different projects, okay? 20 different projects. They all got a Discord. Each one, just the Discord alone, has like 15 different like channels in it. And it's like giveaway and information and general conversation and this, that, and the third. And it's overwhelming. You know, it's overwhelming.
But we're not
And
processing like a computer. Like, that's what I'm saying is, I'm not, I'm not insulting you that way, but I'm just like,
yeah,
it's crazy. It's
it
just like,
is.
you've
It's
got,
nuts.
you're processing what just happened in this room, and you're like, this room and this room. It's like,
Yes.
and then it's like, it's almost like too many spaces. Like, oh, who was in that
Yes.
space when that was? I was like, now I have to write down half of this stuff because it's important, because I want to know what space I was in, what information I was getting, etc., etc. Yeah, what's up,
Agreed.
Nino? And Noni, if you want to come back up and speak, definitely. I know
I
we're
was-
talkers.
Yeah, go ahead. I was just gonna say, like, okay, the way I manage it is there's a home room. Like, you got 7 periods in a high school or whatever. Your homeroom is the room you report to. That's the room that basically you're going to have the most you hold in that project. It's going to have the most interest that you have. That project is going to have revolving projects around it. The Weird People, TKP, the Mods, the G-Vols, they all revolve around the homies. Hoppers, a lot of these other projects revolve around each other. So when you see that, you just pick one project that you can get all the information from and build your alpha group within, because a lot of those holders are probably invested in those other projects as well. So that's how I busted it, you know what I mean? That way you're not going through each Discord server looking at announcements. You're getting most of those announcements through the main server, which is whatever revolving based community that you're in. And that's probably the easiest way I can say to manage the Discord, because it is a lot of shit going on when you hold 100 NFTs. I think I hold like 150 NFTs. I'm barely ever paying attention to who's holding giveaways or the benefits or the merchandise or any of that, because I'm always looking at the long term of the project. I like it because I like it, right? So that's the main point.
No, I hear that, man. I just, like I said, it's overwhelming being part of all those different projects and, trying to really zone in on a specific way to approach it. Especially like, I'm on Twitter, I'm on this, that, and the third, and then obviously doing my own thing and trying to keep up with projects. I've missed stuff where it's like, man, a project I'm part of is giving away, free merch. All you got to do is just log in and place your order. And I've missed out on stuff like that. Like I was at South by Southwest, and a project I'm part of was having an event, and I missed out on that event because it was only on Discord, where you were able to sign up, and they had the Google form in there for you to add your wallet or whatever.
Bro, I miss out on half the event just because I don't want to connect my wallet. You feel me?
Right. That's what I'm
Like,
saying. It's just
like in the Discord right now, we're talking about NFT New York. So we're saying like we have a big investment in that, and like there's gonna be 100 llamas out there, and there's a holders only event, but like none of that alpha has touched Twitter.
I think you just let that leak right now, and yeah, I wanted my invite, even though I have a llama. Thank goodness. Can I bring a friend?
So that's what I mean by like those specifics, right? Like you don't really catch these things until like maybe a week or 2 weeks before, where like they're ready to market it. Because the thing like with the project, they don't want to market stuff until like it's ready to come out. Like they don't want to look like they're just spreading FUD in the community. So
is that how they mint it out in 2 minutes? Now I have a real question, because I don't know if a dude mastered that 2 minutes, because like if you can sell it in 2 minutes, that is like the time to break. And one of them anyways, like one of the fastest mints.
It was less than 2 minutes. It was like 15 seconds. It just took 2 minutes for OpenSea to like catch up with the data.
That's even more insane. Like what
Yeah.
can happen in 15 seconds, 15, like, wow, nuts.
So like the boss llamas, because their floor was at like 4 or 5 ETH and they minted for 0.15, there was a lot of hype like on the llamas project. And then like you said, like the art and all the different utilities that were coming along with it, the animated series. The whitelist was insane. So there was like 4,000 whitelists like that were gone. That was just like whitelist. And then when it went like I held on to my whitelist like till like just before it went public, and then I was like, fuck this, I'm maxing out my 5 whitelist, because like if it's sold out, like there's no way it's not going to sell out on public. And then as soon as it went public at like 0.1, it was just gone. Like everything was sold out and people were just burning gas, you know.
How much are those female llamas coming out? And I appreciate all the alpha, but what's good with the female project, and yeah, how much are they minting out for? Because like all this grand stuff we're listening to, like at the end of the day, this was a different game when this was happening, right? Like the space is so different now. So how do you think that projects can still, you know, do these 60-second mint outs? And like I'm very interested in this female project that's coming out from you guys, because I'm learning the game is like, it moves fast. Thank you.
Yeah, there's 3 different days. So like there's April 25th, which is people that hold 5 llamas or more, they're minting at 0.1. So there's quite a bit. There's maybe like 300 holders in the project that have more than 5 llamas. So like a whale with 100 llamas, they're going to get 20 whitelists with that 100 pack that they hold. So that's day 1, April 25th. And then April 26th is anybody that has 3 or 4 llamas, they're minting at 0.15. And also like the whitelist giveaways that we're doing right now, we've been doing that like all of March, all of April. And there's about 400, 500 like that we're just giving away for people that aren't in the community right now. And then on the 3rd day, the 27th, the mint is actually 0.2, and that's like first come, first serve. Or if you're a holder, like anybody that's a holder with 1 llama, and they could start minting at the 0.2. So as far as like, will it sell out at 3,000? It's a different time. Like you said, it's like been 3-4 months since the other drop came out. The floor price hasn't skyrocketed. It hasn't been like, you know, we minted and then we just hit the moon. Like there's a lot on the roadmap that they're doing, and a lot of people aren't patient, aren't in tune. The floor price is like around the mint price. So if it'll sell out or not is really to see. There's still a couple weeks of more like promo marketing going on for the project. Some more big announcements going to come out before the mint. But I think that just based off of holders, that 3,000 is like pretty much spoken for. Like I don't even see it going public, but like after day 1, 2, 3, if it was to go public, yeah, it'll
There'll be like
be,
5
surprising
left,
to me.
5 left to fight over. That's
Yeah.
it for public. That
Yeah, and it's like watching. So me, like I have like a pack of more than 5, so I have access on the first day to mint 2 of the llamas. So I have a whitelist I won, and I have my 5 pack. So like if I'm looking that day at what's minting and I see like nothing getting minted, I'm gonna be like, do I want to mint this? But if I'm like seeing the mint actually move, and you know, it's pretty much like, okay, lucky to have this day 1 access. Yeah, like it's just gonna really take off from there, to look at it, right? But I don't know. I haven't been too much like watching different mints and stuff like that to see like how the market is. I know like the market's down, NFTs are down, tech stocks are down, you know, so it's kind of like
you hit the nail on the head.
correlates.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. So you can't really
Like,
like
watching
track it.
other projects, how they mint, how they maneuver, the same thing as how they market. I think this is key. And sorry to cut you off. I thought you were finished talking, just FYI. Um, yeah, it's important seeing this and who's setting the trends, right? Like, again,
It's your personal
which,
interest
yeah,
too,
go ahead.
because like I'm holding like almost 10 llamas, so like I want all the lady llamas I could hold in my collection based
You
off
want all
of
the
it.
ladies, huh? I get it.
Yeah, if that's play to earn and you're multiplying, like I want to multiply as much
Oh,
as I
you
can
definitely
earn.
want to multiply. We already know where
Yeah.
you're going. Call you Big Papa. I think that's what we're gonna call you soon.
Yeah, so you gotta like look at it from those angles, and the other utilities, the animated series, like you get more access by having more. So it's kind of like where people get in. But there's a lot of people that come in the Discord that are like, yeah, I just want a lady, and that's it. Like I just like them, they look fire, and that's going to be like an interesting dynamic as well, because it's a whole different audience. It's more so like we wanted to attract women into the project. Like the llamas are very like masculine, so um, by getting like the female traits and characteristics, that's something that like attracts that audience. And compared to the other like NFT women projects, like the art and stuff like that, we just tried to really go over the top and like make it appealing as much as
No, they are so cute. Like they are fire. I mean, I was even trying to think of ways to turn my llama into a more feminine-ish way, and it's difficult. I'm not gonna lie. It was like, how would I make my PFP look more feminine? So then the laid back llamas came out with the ladies, and I was like, oh. And then I saw I'm not gonna lie, I saw the artwork and I was like, yes, yes. And the hair, like the details, like nailed it, nailed it, nailed it. So
there's a
yeah,
lot of women in
I'm
the community, right? Like yourself, and then some of the moderators. One of the biggest whales. She's a female NFT investor, and like she has Bored Ape, Invisible, Friends, like Doodles, like all these big projects. So like for us to have like a women-based project, and it's nice. Like if you're in the Discord and you're talking to people, you're just talking to guys all day. Like the women in there like change the energy as well.
Can I ask one quick question? If okay, so with a project that's made roughly $3 million, are you content as a holder with an animated series if they pull through on the animated series? And then if I may also shout out Kong, because they're dropping animations, and I personally feel like that's the only way to make it moving forward. I'm working on some banging animations of my own, and I see them doing that, and that's like vital because no one's really creating content. And anyway, so my bad, but he just keeps hopping out the room, so I never get to shout him out. But yeah, are you content as a holder? Like you guys get an animated series, and I'm only asking. I'm fascinated by this project because I never even heard of this project, and I've been blown away. So just curious.
Yeah, like for me to be content, like I alone at the animated series, like that's not a stop, like finish line, like yeah, we made it. Like for me, the animated series is more like along the lines of the branding, because you look at it like the Simpsons. Like if you owned Homer Simpson, like you'd be laughing. Or like even like one of the background characters, like you own Tony from the mob, and you just thought like, oh, I got Tony, or like one of his goons, or like whatever. But like for all the characters that are in an animated series, and it's like it's a big company. It's like the one that did like Netflix type stuff. So it's not like it's just a YouTube show. It's something big that I think like for content wise, and like for me as a holder, no, I'm not happy like with just like hitting the animated series. Like I like the metaverse, I like the utility, I like the branding. I want to see other holders like develop more with what they hold, and then be able to like say, okay, like I'm a day one in this project and I have those relationships and I want to utilize that network as well because these are some of the ideas I have. And then going out and being able to like talk to companies and like advise them as well. So like a lot of the Bored Apes right now, they could go to a corporation and just give them like Web3 advice and just say, this is like a direction you should go with your company because like my advice is valuable because I have an ape, you know. And they do like corporate strategic advising. So there's a lot of like stuff to come from a brand and owning the intellectual property. So you own everything by being a holder, that like the more you hold, the more you could really brand or the more you can create. Like the Ethereum homies, that's what I really liked about them too. You own the intellectual property of it. So like you could take that homie and blend it with the other things in your collection if you wanted to use them for that. But like, yeah, the animated series I think is like really like the top line, like when you get there on the roadmap, but it takes a lot of time, right? And people don't really have that. Like a lot of people that aren't in tune with the project will hop in and say, hey, why is the floor at like 0.1? And it's frustrating because they see like a blue chip that they want to utilize that isn't there yet on the roadmap. So yeah, it could be frustrating for people for sure. But you know, I see like the metaverse being built. I see the voxel characters being created. You see like the contract talks, like the negotiations. So like you see progress anyways. It's not like you get into a project with this big roadmap that doesn't follow through, which, you know, ultimately is just a rug, right? And it's easy to do that, especially if you're selling out a project and, you know, and you have 1,000 ETH, like $3 million, and you're like, you know, what's the company doing with that money?
You know, I just want to mention, you know, Psalms, man, just listening to you talk in general about not just NFTs and obviously the llamas, man. You're obviously heavily invested in them and a big supporter. I just want to mention that anybody that has a project out that doesn't have somebody like Psalms is, man, wow. Because I think that's really big, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like that's why I asked you earlier, like, are you part of the team? Like, are you the fucking guy that made this shit? Like, it's crazy, man. Like you love this shit and it's dope. I'm telling you, real talk, it's dope. It's great to hear you so not only passionate about it but informed. Like you're obviously doing your research, and I think that's amazing, man. So I you know, just salute to you from that outside perspective of somebody. Like, I'm not part of the llamas, nothing like that, but you know, just seeing you, hearing you talk. And obviously, like I said, you're well informed and you're passionate about the project. It's dope, and I think that that's big for any project that has anybody like you invested in it. Needs to definitely notice that. And you know, I'm hoping that, you know, you're getting your shine, because I'm gonna give you your shine from somebody that has no benefit of it. You know what I'm saying? So salute to you, sir. You're doing a great job, man. And just in general, like I said, just to the Web3 community and NFT community, I think you're, you know, important for you to express your passion about a project, the fact that you're invested in it, and what you think about it. And obviously you're well informed, man. A lot of the things that you're mentioning are things that I'm like, yo, I didn't know that about this project. So thank you, man, for doing your part. That's very dope.
Yeah, I think everybody really has like you know, like Bullish was saying, the utilities there with like people that are invested in a project as well, where you could have somebody that's just a holder, that could be like that utility, or it could be a celebrity. So like Styles P posting his llamas on Instagram and on Twitter, and then like his fan base gets tapped in and he pops in the Discord and says what's up. Like that type of stuff as well could just be enough of a utility, you know, to go spend like, you know, 0.1 on a llama, because you're like, hey, Styles P's here, I'm here with Styles, I'm riding. So like a lot of, you know, Justin Bieber buys an in-betweener, so you just like, I want to be part of that community, or a doodle or whatever, right? And then you could see your basketball player like Ben Simmons, or, you know, whoever has a project that you want to be a part of, like that utility there as well, right? But being informed in the projects, like the Ethereum homies, for example, they launched in December, and they're almost at 75% of minting out at 0.05. And the big thing with that project is being able to like develop their metaverse and have every holder with a voxel of their NFT in their metaverse. Um, where for me, like, that's enough, like for me in that project where I'm like, okay, I got a homie and I'm in the metaverse with my homie and I paid like 0.03, pick some up off the floor. Like for that project, that's good enough for me, and be able to like use that Discord to get information about like NFTs and any questions I have. Like they're very educational. So like, yeah, depending on what NFT it is, like the utility can be different on what you're gonna get. I know like some of the Bored Apes, like they say when they go into their Discord, there's people that just run the Discord that they can't like even speak and discuss things. They're there just listening, right, on what's going on with the project, but they don't really get much of a say in the project. They just follow the lead. So it's all different, right? But then like it's funny in the NFT space because we like kind of base people off of their NFTs, like a Bored Ape being 120 ETH. You know, that's like half a mil. But like when you're buying property and you own a house, like, you know, you're spending that money too. But do we admire people because they own property, like because they own an NFT? You know what I mean? Like you don't really know their situation, them circumstances, so you can't really look at like who people are based off their NFTs. But like ultimately, you know, what do they offer? Like what is that utility in that NFT offer? What are you able to gain from it? You know, and it is pretty early, like in the NFT world, when you look like just over a year of it really booming. You know, what's to come in the future, like in 5 years from now, with these projects and roadmaps. Like how crazy that is that going to be, like when it gets more widespread and recognition, and people realize like you could own the cartoon characters in the TV shows, or you could own the movie characters, or you like have a say on like what's happening in the world, right? Like charities and all the good that people do as well. Like we help out a llama sanctuary in BC, and they were able to build like a little wing, like an infirmary, where they could like heal llamas like in real life. So yeah,
I think that's
wow.
also a thing, is the charities, but I didn't even think about that as a utility as well, right? So when you just brought that up, it was like the light bulb just went on. And we have Ishawan here, it's like as well, new cipher. I asked him to come in, and he's in, I believe, Malaysia, right, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Bullish.
Okay,
Thank you for the
just
invite.
checking if it was
Yeah,
Malaysia. I
from
was
Malaysia.
like, I know it's early in the morning, and I know that I sent you the link a little early, which means late for me.
No,
So
it's totally
apologize.
fine. It's 11 in the morning here.
So
Yeah.
So what's good?
Yeah.
I want you to talk about your project a little bit, because again, we're talking about utilities, and your project is quite interesting. So I think you've got the right group right now, because these llamas are fire. Like the community is insane.
That's nice. Yeah, it's good to hear from the other guy that was speaking just now. I think a lot of insight and in-depth insight on you know, how to actually scout or to view out for an NFT project, and you know, the way he spoke about utilities. I think it's interesting, and this is what we've decided to come about and create this C Shocks by Echelon Cipher project. Well, the main reason that me and Jin came about to do this is that because we got really sick and tired of people saying that you are able to right-click and save an NFT, and then you'll be able to use it even though if you don't own it on chain, it doesn't matter, and you know. So we came about creating a watch project that actually functions. So, and it's, I believe, it's the first ever where you can self-design your own NFT as well. It comes with that ability. And there's no way you can right-click and save the picture and utilize the watch, because then you'd only get a flat image and the watch doesn't work. So the other utilities that we worked around with are pretty interesting. I think if I were to run through everything, it would be really boring. So what I'll do is that I'll drop a link later that explains most of the utilities. So we've got 7 utilities that you could actually utilize if you own a C-Shocks. And these 7 utilities, what I'll do is that, Bullish, I will drop a PDF link and pin it onto the space here. And perhaps to whoever who's interested to know more about, you could read off the PDF link because there's full information inside and it give you a better idea instead of me just taking up all the time here and trying to explain the 7th on the spaces.
So, question for you. So, you just to give everybody a brief idea, so they can take their NFT and incorporate it into the watch and then put it on their NFT.
Yes, correct. So what's happening is that you could self-design your own functional watch. So there's a dApp that it comes with where you can preload your watch. It also reflects directly straight on marketplaces. So when you click the NFT in the marketplace, if you go into that specific NFT, you'd see the watch working to your local time zone. So the design department of it, the initial idea was that, you know, people that have expensive blue chip NFTs or NFTs that you really love or you admire, so you are able to actually take that NFT and then you could use the design tool and apply that NFT onto the C-Shocks. So you could have your favorite NFT onto the watch, and it's not permanent because this NFT comes with a special contract drip where you are allowed to change or rechange the designs either once a month, twice a month, or 4 times a month. So there's one additional special perk that we have added, utility number 8, which takes up quite a lot of our resources, but we are still going out of our way to do it. But this would be utilized mainly more for Malaysians in round 1, because what we have done is that our traditional business is a digital tech house, so we specialize after e-commerce. So we've got many e-commerce retail clients. So what we've done is that if you own a C-Shocks after the launch, you are able to reach out to 8 of our different retail partners, and if you use the time warp drip to design the watch to the retail partner's logo and design, which we will provide, every month if you walk into their shops, you are able to claim goods. You are able to go to W Hotel in Malaysia and get to stay for a night at half the price. You are able to go to Borneo up in the mountains to one of our partners, and you'll be able to get 1 night stay for free every month for a year. And if you say perhaps you are in another location here in Kuala Lumpur, you could go to Opus Residence, a very, very nice service apartment, and every month you'd get 1 to 2 nights stay for free, depending on availability. And then we've got other retail fashion brands like Christy Ng, Doublewood Fashion, Shadewa. So depending on which design you applied on your C-Shocks for that month, if you walk into any of our retail partners with their design, then you're going to be able to get something free from their shop. So this is the extra mile, Bullish, that we went for Malaysians for start.
Wow.
Because, yeah, we are looking to take this NFT game down the loyalty membership road. So
That's
we created
excellent. That's some big alpha
Yeah.
right there. Now, I have
Yeah,
another
so-
question. So,
Sure.
when do you guys have a NFT exhibition? Because this would be interesting to be able to use those designs at those times to book the hotels when you have a NFT conference or exhibition.
Yeah, correct. So there is some big players here in Malaysia that are there is already 2 quite major NFT events that are going to be happening in Malaysia, and in fact it's already being under stage of planning. The reason because why there was a bit of delay on this is because the Malaysian government didn't allow events related to NFT just 3 months ago. So right now, as they see the whole world keeping up, catching up, everybody's talking about NFTs, I realized 2 event players in Malaysia managed to get the clearance and the license from the government to run an NFT fully related event. So yeah, so I think we're going to be having a few events here in Malaysia. And but the vouchers for retail, Bullish, the one that I was talking about just now, how you could utilize NFT for a loyalty membership. This is something that we're just testing, and we're trying to see if we are able to scale this worldwide, to probably link up with retail partners from the United States or Singapore or Dubai, because I believe that
Oh,
NFT,
Dubai is insane. Like I hear it's
right,
I haven't been there yet, but the NFT
right.
community is insane there. Insane from what I
Indeed,
heard.
indeed. Yeah, even CZ from Binance has a very beautiful house in Dubai. So they're very, very crypto friendly. They're very, very NFT savvy. And yeah, we're definitely trying to look forward to see how we could incorporate the C shops as a retail loyalty membership, whereby retail brands can join us. And if there's something that they would like to promote or give for free or let people try their services, well, then our community gets the upper hand to get to try it out first. So the thing about this whole thing is that Jin had to go about to build a whole different system for the debt to monitor how the vouchers are given out and redeemed and claimed. So there's a big task for him to settle. But he decided that we will definitely go down this road than just being an NFT that you buy, sell, and it's only about just community and art and. So we're trying to take it to see how we can push the boundaries of it and create literally real world utilities that could benefit people in the long run. Yeah.
I can see a lot of llamas with these watches going crazy and coming up with these really wild ideas and traveling with their llamas to all over the place. And I mean, like, the beautiful thing is NFTs are all around the world. There's people that have llamas everywhere, NFTs everywhere. And I think we used the word culture to replace community that they're building. I still, this community is still embedded in me. So I haven't found the perfect word, but we are trying to work on a word. Like, give you an example, showcase versus shill. Like, you spend hours and hours and hours on your work and you want to shill it. And if you Google shill, it's not a nice, pleasant definition. It's like they have hawking in it, and it's like you spend hours building and your project to shill it. I don't know about that. I said you need to showcase it. Like, watches, they don't sell Rolexes in trench coats opening them anymore, right? It's like, hey, you want to buy a watch, and they open the flap of the trench coat. No, you go to a jewelry store usually, or a watch store, and they're in a showcase. So therefore we're going to replace this word shill and we're going to start using showcase. And when you
I think this is very nice. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think the word showcase is way better than shill.
Oh yeah, it's a sense of pride, right? So again, I encourage everybody when they go into spaces like, hey, didn't you hear it's a showcase, not shill? And I think we're changing it. I mean, I've had a couple of hosts already change it. The Crypto Booze use it now, and a lot of more people. As the word gets out, showcase will definitely be the new word for shill. And we're still early enough; we can change it. Same thing is if community is going to be replaced. I'm not trying to replace community because, it's still a good word. Although building culture, I agree with. This was a great word for describing basically what you're trying to do is build a culture, like, build small communities of what you want to do with your projects, or where you want to take your project, right? So these are things, and it's investments, long time.
Yes, that's very true, because community will always be there, but within the community there will always be flippers, people that come in just to advantage, try to hack the server and do this. So these kind of people all still fall under community. But I believe, like what you said, I agree, you have to build cultured people, people that understand what they're doing within the scene, You know, whether do they like the product, you know, whether do they like to be a part of something like this, you know, and then they try to fit into the culture, because the community is still something that's very vast, and it can consist of all kinds of people, all kinds of souls, and it's not only people with good intention. So, and if you notice at the moment right now, you know, the whole market, go and watch all the other top servers that, you know, have a lot of people inside of their Discord, you know, I think equally everywhere, everything is just slowed down, you know. So I think this is the test of time to see which community can literally inherit the culture of that NFT and you know, and portray it as well as they can, and how long can they carry this forward, because I think many projects will have to stand the test of time, and the founders, you know, they could, many founders can actually do a lot of things at the start, but once you've finished minting, and how do you expand, and whether founders go through a burnout, you know, how are they performing, I think a lot of these things comes into aspect. And yeah, and in the C Shocks, I didn't put much pressure on myself at the moment. Like if you're talking about the overseas crowd, we've just got about like 1,000 to 300 people oddly on our Discord. But what I've done, Bullish, is that I've tried to cater this back to Malaysians due to one of our partners coming on board, and he is able to actually take the marketing word out very vastly in Malaysia, and hence why we went about to provide these 8 extra retail perks. So because, you know, being Malaysians, sometimes some people can be really cheap. So if they're going to be buying a watch for about $300 or $400 that is why with these 8 retail partners, after we've done a calculation, if you utilize any one of their designs and you claim anything from their retail outlets, by the end of 12 months, you're going to get back more than whatever you have invested in the watch.
Oh, that's an interesting utility and
yeah,
very
but it's
good.
only for Malaysians. That's the thing.
I get
That's the
it.
thing
Well,
that
I
I'm
might
not
be a
happy about.
part-time Malaysian, so we're gonna have to work on my citizenship.
Sure, I'll hook you up.
Visual,
My
Visual
friend works
has
in the
a
ministry.
yeah. Visual has a maybe he wants to ask you something. He has his hand up.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I've
Let's
been
go
wanting
ahead.
to
It's
be
okay.
rude here. What's up, Mr. Echelon? It's been a while since we spoke. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing very fine. Thank you so much, sir. Nice to hear from you. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I wanted to ask, you know, we met you a few months ago, man, and you know, we're definitely excited about the project dropping. I wanted to ask how you guys are along in that process of releasing, and you know, what might be holding it back.
Okay. So the thing is that why we didn't dare to go out in the market during March. Okay, initial date was a Valentine drop. That was impossible because my partner Jin in Malaysia, March was Chinese New Year's. So in the country when it's Chinese New Year's, it's closing for the Chinese. So he had to close all his clients' accounts. So we couldn't make it in Valentine's. So for March, when we wanted to go out, the both of us weren't confident enough with the people we had in our Discord. So what we did is that we had to rope another marketing partner in who actually owns a few advertising agencies. So he's got media houses that are under his wrist. So right now we've got quite a number of media outlets, a number of KOLs that are from Malaysia, Singapore, that is going to roll out the marketing for us from the 19th of April. So what's happening is that from the 19th of April, there will be a blast from about 10 to 15 media houses, and then followed by another 15 key opinion leaders that will do it on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for us. And then comes in the retail partners, and then we go for mint on the 4th of May.
Awesome.
So
that sounds amazing, man.
May the 4th be with you. That is smart.
And we created 3 perfect Star Wars designs, but I dare not launch it because I don't want to get sued by this guy. So I'm still thinking, how am I going to play this out?
Yeah. No, definitely. That's awesome to hear, man. You know, we've been excited about the project for a while now, since we first met you, and definitely looking forward to that. If there's anything that we could do to help you out with that release, man, please don't hesitate to reach out. I know you've been on a few spaces with Bullish, so yeah, let's continue to grow that, man. We're definitely here to help you out with whatever's going on with that.
Thank you so much, man. Like you, the both of you, especially Visual and Bullish, man. I really love your vibes. I mean, you guys are always looking out for people that are trying to build in the space, and you never cold shoulder anyone. You're always so encouraging, man. God bless both of your hearts and keep doing what you're doing, man. And every time when I see your faces, I'm going to be pulling up for sure. And thank you so much for putting me on.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for
it,
coming
man.
in. I know with the time zone and everything, I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. And I see we got Scribble in here. What's up, Scribble?
I know we haven't really talked about the talks too much in here, so
I always love to talk about the talks.
yeah, if you don't know about the talks, we're gonna let you know about the talks. The talks is talks. We, you know what? I can't change my llama though. I'm committed to this, but I am a big talks holder, and I think okay. So here we go again. Utility. What can you do with your PFP NFT once you own it? So the utilities are basically endless. Like you can come up with your own merch, which I've seen on a varsity jacket, which was quite impressive. Was it a gutter cat? Was on a varsity jacket, done really, really well. And like you can run with it. Like they're putting NFTs on basketball shoes at a game. Like these are the things that you can do with your own PFP NFT. You own it. And as far as I know at the moment, there hasn't been any major issues. So these are the things that you can run with. Like, you know, if you have a creative mind or you have an idea, run with it. See, test the waters. Who knows? You might have the next huge marketing phenomenon, right? So take those chances. Scribble. Your finger is touching the heart. Now you need to touch the unmute your mic.
Hello, Bullish. What's up? What's up, everybody?
What's good? What's good? Thanks for popping in.
You know, what's good is what you're doing. That's what's good. I mean, you're doing God's work right now with the space and always. And what I would say is, like, thank you so much for the promotions and the belief in the talks. Talks will figure themselves out. We got a lot of good energy going. Like, if you've seen the way Creepy Club moved doing Creep Fest, if you've seen the Black Sheep Social Club move during what their promotion was. I mean, we all come from different worlds, and there's NFTs that I have no idea about because you guys are like in a different space than I'm in, and we know so many different NFTs. It's different artists, and there's different spaces, and I have been blessed by being like allowed to speak in places like this.
Well, welcome, and you'll learn
little...
about the laid-back llamas.
No,
but we want to hear about the talks.
No,
and they're still minting right now, so there's time to sweep a floor or two, or you know, grab one to start with, and then see where it goes.
You could literally just grab one off the floor right now. And some alpha for the talks is that, like, the artist is a legit artist who works really hard. He's a hometown boy. He just is like, he was a bartender for 20 years and now he's a clay artist. But the talks, if you own a talk, you will be continually gifted. This isn't some kind of like shill or nothing like that. I don't care. I just know what's going on. It's not a sell or a pitch. I really don't care. What I would like to say is that, like, I really, really, really appreciate your spaces and that, like, mad respect because, you know, obviously, you know, Alicia and Tyler and everybody, like, personally. So,
we've doxed them. We've met them in South by Southwest, and I will say, you know, meeting the creators, co-founders, some of the team, because the team is pretty big, and I saw your original video for the talks, and you know what you guys are doing with the call the phone number, and you know the creativity of marketing. It's never ending with the talks, and again, when you own the NFT, you can run with whatever you want to make it, and this goes for any NFT. It's very universal, and the creativity, and it's an alien technically, right? So it's allowed to be wild, it's allowed to be colorful, it's very kid friendly, big kid and small kid friendly. You know, like I can't
mine.
I got put on it, and I love it. I mean,
not
psychedelic.
Okay, like mine smokes a cigarette, so no. But yes.
Okay, well, the odd one, but we're saying they don't have guns and crazy wild, like, I mean, like, I've seen some interesting PFP NFTs, and I mean, like, it's still all round. The ones excluding maybe the cigarettes, but all round, I would say it is like, like, you can get kids involved and say, what do you think this would say at the dinner table? Start these conversations. They're not onboarding your kids, but I'm sure at Visual's table, his children know about NFTs because he doesn't stop talking about them. But I mean, Visual, do they know about the talks? I'm sure they know about the talks. Like, come on now.
My kids 100% know about the talks. 100%. A lot of talk. A lot of talk at home. They ask me what my favorite NFT that I hold is, and they know it's the talks.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm chilling at the dinner table. Crazy.
Thank you so much for that. I mean, I'm behind a tremendous artist, Madman. Like, I'm a complete nutcase bartender that, like, he was like A-teaming me. Like, you're Mad Dog Murdoch. Let's go. You run the
I
house.
love it.
So we're running off, and I'm like, all right, let's go. And then we got by Southwest here, like Liz, obviously, like, to talk to you guys. Liz is like, that's my girlfriend who lives with me, but I mean, she does a lot, like, speak to people. And we got the South by Southwest thing, and it's like, he was elated to be there. He probably showed off a bit too much, but damn, I got some good footage.
Dude, we had a blast with Tyler and Alicia, man. Like, seriously, man.
So cool.
Honestly, like, I'm not gonna even lie to you, dude. Like, I feel like that fucking time with them made us love Tox even more. Like, it just took it
100%.
to a whole new level, dude. Like Tyler had such a blast, man. It was great to see him having fun, and Alicia's so awesome, dude. Like, we love the team, man. We love the project. We love the team. We love the art. We're behind it 1,000%, man. So, you guys are very aware of that, and we're gonna keep saying it.
I know it, and I hear you guys and Visual and I'm Bullish. Like, I'm just so happy to hear your voices. Like, your voices have become like actually like a part of my head because I know you so well.
That is scary. I will apologize in advance. I am but sorry about that.
Scribble, I'm sorry if Bullish's voice is part of your head, dude. I'm sorry, man.
No, but I mean, like, what I'm saying is, let me into your head. My voice is distinctive as well, and I'm just saying, like, you guys have very distinctive voices to hold this down. And thank you for all of that. Like, I always will never fear or like steer away from something y'all are holding every day. Like, if I see it, I'm going. You know what I mean? Because that's what you guys bring to the table. So thank you so much.
I appreciate it, man. Definitely, truly do, man. When we see something that we're a part of, that we enjoy, and like I said, man, especially meeting Tyler and Alicia in person, like, it just kind of took it somewhere else, man. We were excited about the project beforehand, and just definitely looking forward to seeing it grow, man. And like we've definitely expressed to them, we've expressed to you, we're here for whatever you guys need, and I know there's a lot of things coming for the talks, and we even have plans ourselves as holders, so we're excited about it, man.
Can I just say that y'all are welcome again to New York City NFT? I think it's coming like late June or whatever.
Oh, we're going. Like,
Yes,
we're gonna
100% will be in New York, dude.
This is not
Are you gonna be there?
Oh yeah, we're linking up with the Mad Rabbits, and
oh, that's what's up, man. I love it. Then we are gonna see each other there, dude. And yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're definitely gonna be there.
Chris.
Yeah, I think New York City is gonna be the biggest event. Like, one of the more memorable ones, because again, we're still, quote unquote, I love the quote unquote, we're still early. So let's be those pioneers. Let's trailblaze. Let's break some numbers and expose ourselves. I'm not gonna lie, expose the talks. Like, I love what you did with the QR code stickers. Brilliant. Like, just plaster the whole city of Austin with them. I mean, Marcus was like, he was reckless with those stickers. I love it. I put some talk stickers all over Toronto as well. So, I mean, if you see a QR code and it says talks, and then you scan it, you know what the deal is going to be. And again, the community, you're building the culture. And I think it's important that the community and the team listens to what the holders are saying and doing. And I think this goes with any project. And same thing with laid back llamas, and I'm sure, like, any other community in here, when the consumers are saying stuff, that's when you want to listen the most, because it's almost like brainstorming with your clients or your customers, your holders. Then it starts getting the ball rolling for your creative juices to create your next projects, or where you want to go, or tweak it, or say, hey, you know what, I saw this comment, and you know what, I really want to involve this person or this idea. So these are the things that, again, can be a good utility as well, is the feedback that you get from your holders.
100%. And like utility is stuff like this, that I'm able to speak and talk like in a space. That's utility as well. Like, you have developed this utility that like we are really allowed to be followed by, and dealing with people who like Bull Visual, like everybody at South by Southwest thing. Like, it's amazing to see like that, like you guys can develop this for us. It's utility as well. You guys are utility. The community is utility. I mean, it gets weird when people say utility all the time. I mean, we just airdropped a ship that would give a free mint on anybody who owns a talk. And if you don't know, you should check your hiddens on your PC or Apple MetaMask. But like, you have a free mint if you own a talk. And we have utility coming down the line, down the pipes, and we just released it. And it's like I have tried to go to these spaces and like make friends with people and try to make them a talk, like, because I want them to join in and be a part of it. Like, celebrate what we're about to do, because we're celebrating a tremendous artist that like is like, he's bummed that it's at 7,500 out of 10,000, but as far as our coder knows, he can cap it at 8,000 if we want to. We can do anything we want.
Exactly.
I can't burn though. I like refuse. I'm in an LLC with the company, so like I cannot burn. My last name is Burn. Everyone can see my social.
Yeah, no, you don't burn the burn. Okay, that's number one. The thing is, with the last,
but we have a really good. If anyone has seen the Tadapalooza or the Creepy Club, doing these fake Discord events, where they just do like a play basically in a fake Discord, and they invite everybody to it, and they give you like cocktail lounge and all this stuff like that. We got this guy on our he's on retainer, let's just say it that way. It's gonna take about 2 weeks to release, but I mean, I'm down with like so many people now. Like, our Alien Alliance is huge, and the Sweaty Yetis are huge, and like the people like Twister from Sweaty Yetis who hold spaces all the time. I'm down with him. Like, I get down. What I'm gonna do is build an arsenal of giveaways so I can do that in a big, functional, big giant secondary Discord event. And so that's what we're gonna do, and it's gonna cost some money. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, in order to make this happen, it actually costs money. It's not just stuff you can do in your Discord if you think you're good at Discord. You need an actual orchestra manager to make sure an event really kicks off. But that's marketing now. Marketing back in the day was just release and put it low, and then everything should happen as a sellout.
Just wait for the floor to be like the flippers, and wait to the floor to rise. Although right. I do think that with the last little leg of the mint is, and again, it's the buildup of the excitement of the project. So you have, I want to say believers because I'm Canadian. We have huge holders that believe in the project. Now, here the thing is, now that you're in a different space, we're introducing what the talks are. If you can pin something up or visual pin, I didn't get a chance to pin, I don't think. I only pinned something with the talks, with the weird people, with creepy, like, but there are two talks in the top, and it's phenomenal art. Like, again, I was an art collector prior to, so I mean, things that with bright colors and different creativity strikes you differently. It has to speak to you. But at the same token, when you go look at OpenSea, and it is on Ethereum, and they're reasonably priced, they're only 0.05, and definitely lots of perks that come with the NFT. The thing is, when you hear certain influencers, or like you can be guided to, like, hey, you know what, this is a great person that maybe you should try to look at giving a talk to, just to get them started. Like, it's like, I don't want to say drugs, but it's the gateway, right? It's like, oh, okay. Give an example. I got a free NFT in a space. Well, guess what? I started to dig the spaces, and I actually bought one off of OpenSea after. So it also has that ripple effect. Now, definitely, if they're vibing the talks, then it's definitely even better, because now they're like that, you're building that excitement. Besides winning your first talk or getting your first talk, it's like, or any NFT. Like, if I got a free laid back llama, I think I would crap my pants. Literally, I'm not even lying. Laid back llamas, or even like the lady llama, I'm really, really, really have to try a little harder to win contests. Now, if there were contests about how to lose, I would win all the time. Like, the person with the least amount of points, yeah, that would be me. Just kidding. But like like, I get it. You want people to be involved. You want people to grind, or work hard to earn whatever NFT project you're working on. Although that takes time, and again, the saying is time is money. Um, we have to, like, I think, value everybody's time a little more as well. And speaking of time, I think we're gonna wrap this up in a few minutes. But anybody who wants to leave off with any final notes, or say anything, I do want to say I appreciate everybody, especially Dedos. He's been here like the whole space. Ishalon, amazing, thanks for coming through. Scribbles talks, Nino from everywhere, from Jeebles to weird people to homies. Like, buddy, I need to see your wallet. I'm not gonna lie. We got Big Jaffier, and I know you didn't really talk, but I really appreciate you coming through. And the layback llamas, send me your wallet. I'm definitely gonna send you guys a IC Web3 NFT, and ideally, I think we're gonna bring this into if you hold one of these, you special perks to in real life events will happen, and all that other stuff. So we will create some utility again for these NFTs. And yeah, just hit me up with your wallet, follow, so we can open the DMs together. And then if you don't like me anymore, you can unfollow me, and my feelings won't be hurt. But what's up, Ghost? What's up? What's the deal?
I just want to say, Bullish, thank you for hosting this space. It's lovely being in here, and thank you for keeping the communities moving, and thank you for all your, wisdom that you're putting in this space. It's true. So, yeah, that's all I want to say. I wanted to give you your flowers. It's the second time I'm in your space, and I enjoy it. So I hope to see you more.
I think I just hope everybody gets a little takeaway from any of the spaces, especially the ones that we're holding. I mean, we want that feedback from everybody, and James will be coming up to speak and say something. So yeah, no, I really, really, really think that, again, these spaces are opportunities, and I don't like wasting opportunities. I like making them count. And yeah, James, come and talk and say what you would love to get involved in this space.
Hey man, I'm hoping that everyone's day has been pretty well. I was sitting back listening just for the first time. I saw a few things coming from the talks by Scribble. I'm aware of Keebles, the llamas, and stuff like that. I was hoping that I could share some of my NFT art with you. Well, not like the NFT art, just like, how would you say it? Like fan art, just posters that I've done. It's a collection.
Can you DM me?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
can you DM me? Like, bro, like, if you do poster art, like, absolutely, 100%.
But I wanted to say that I was thankful just for the intel that you all like provided. I want to say I'm somewhat of a beginner to the collection, well, to the space itself. I own like a hopper, I own and a Gen Z. That's about it at the moment. But I'm hoping.
Hey, it's a good start. I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a hopper too. Don't feel.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
good.
hoping to like spread my roundness around it.
Hey James, is this stuff on your timeline that I see retweeted all throughout? Is that your work right there?
Yes, sir.
It's pretty dope, man. I fuck with it. Yes, sir.
Where you from, man?
I'm from DC originally, and I'm on campus for school in Pennsylvania.
Oh, word, dude. Yeah, I'm South Carolina.
Absolutely. You like it out there? Because I've heard so much about South Carolina.
No,
It seems
I'm like,
a vibe.
I'm like, we get off of the whole, like, I'm in a separate town than people that were like, bad people in South Carolina. I live in a big village.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, like, I have nothing to do with all that, but like, but damn, man, like, DM me, let's rock and roll, dude.
Absolutely.
I love every idea right now. Every idea is a good idea. Non-stop at Empty Spaces. It's a bunch of creative individuals. Your creations are like your own thing. You can pass off, we can collab, we can do everything. It's a generative space as far as generations go. Like, it's a generous space. You know, so let's just take that and let's rock and roll with it, dude. Like, please DM me anything you got going up. Let's go.
I love
Hey
it. I
James,
appreciate
I have a
that,
question.
man.
I have a
Absolutely.
question for you.
What's your question?
So we were speaking about utilities, but would you sell the NFT in the physical, or how would that work? Or would you pay a little more for the physical, or would you get a discount for the physical if you held the NFT? So that was my big question.
I haven't actually put the posters themselves on like market. I made them based off just out of will of loving the space. I just saw like the first one that I created was Bored Apes. That's the first NFT I have ever heard about, and I was like, I didn't know anything about NFTs at the time. I just knew that ape looks kind of cool. So that was like my drive toward the whole collection itself. And also like the collection is called Birthmark Boy Collection. It's based off of myself. I have a red birthmark on my feet. But if I was to sell it as an NFT, I pretty much would be okay with like giving, basically having the set price of the value of the poster as the NFTs, and the poster would just come along with it.
Yo, I just saw your artwork. I just saw your artwork with that chopped up, like, looks like paper ape.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's sick. It's fucking sick. Dude, no, it's really fucking cool. And I mean, like, take that philosophy and take your style, and then, like, you know, start building up your own stuff, and, like, don't look at, like, I mean, I love the idea of, like, grabbing their attention, but I'm also saying, like, you must do shit better than that, like, with, like...
Yeah. So that's like a traditional thing to keep me, you know, I'm in school, so I'm just using it as a way to cope with stress and stuff like that.
Yo, it's beautiful, bro. It's beautiful, dude. It's beautiful.
At the moment, I'm literally in the library working on homework, and after this, I'm probably gonna go back. I'm working on like the second part of that collection.
Yeah, you're gonna Kanye West and be a college dropout. You know, it's what you do.
I mean,
You're gonna be
especially being
selling
on Twitter Spaces in the library, you're definitely gonna be dropping out, bro. You're gonna get kicked out
yo.
of there or
I'm
something.
surprised the
You're gonna be
librarian has been
selling me
going.
a clothing.
Well, it's no one here. I'm just doing other things. I'm on Twitch doing homework.
Oh
I'm
wow,
looking.
I love it. Multitasking. See this?
Yeah, like
This is where
genuinely,
it's at.
I'm looking at Talk Space on OpenSea. I'm not sure if it's official, but I'm pretty. Is it? All right. Is it?
Our floor is broken as shit, dude.
Is it
Broken as shit.
0.04?
No, I'm not gonna lie with y'all.
Why not?
Like, it really is broken as shit. But all I can say is
Yeah.
that
Check
like
the
we have
bundles.
a huge event coming up that's gonna be a big mass marketing promotion. We partner with like the people that did Creepy Club and the Black Sheep Telethon too. I don't know if y'all saw that, but we're partnering with them, and it's gonna be a blast. We're gonna do a telethon, and we're gonna ask people to sweep the floor, but it's gonna go beyond our only holders. Like, we don't want our holders to sweep the floor. We want everybody else to get new eyes on the project and sweep the floor. Like, we have games to be played and a bunch of stuff to do, like a big promotion. But like, yo, if you don't have a talk, like, you should get a talk. If you want to DM me your wallet, I'll send you a talk, bro. Like, no problem.
And
Yeah,
look, I
hold
could do it.
one at least.
Oh man, see, I wouldn't just take it. I want it to be a fair trade-off. How about
Yo, we can
a
trade for
collage
sure,
talk?
because this event, and shout out to, like, we had the Alien Alliance Twitter today, where we met with like our Alien Alliance club, like, and we talked about stuff, but like, we already gifted them like 40 to give away to help every alien project like take off the ground. We can use gift function on our smart contract to send out whatever we want, as long as gas is low, you know what I mean? We're not trying to pay like mad gas. But I'm saying, I could send you one right now, bro, and you could have one. If you want to give it away, you want to do whatever, but like, I'm already sold, bro. You sold me. So I'm just saying.
Don't give your talk away. Keep it. And I
Yeah,
think
don't.
James should
No,
should
I
do
would
a.
never sell
if
my
you get
first
one,
NFT
if
of a
you
collectible.
get
I
one,
would love to see what James creates with a talk
Man,
in your art,
that would
in
be
your
awesome.
artwork style,
yo,
because it's dope.
collaboration
Because
at the forefront.
I not
Yeah.
only do I do like the collages that you're seeing, that's tradition, but I also like the style. I haven't posted any of it. I do digital collages too, so it'll be. In fact, I think I can share one from my page. I've done digital collage versions and stuff.
Yeah, is it up in the pinned?
Oh no, I'm about. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now. I'm trying to see if I can put it.
I can leave so the pins go on.
Let's see.
If you guys want, I'll step down.
Yo, James, are you gonna be at NYC NFT?
When is it? When is it?
It's,
I haven't planned on it, but yeah.
It's June 20th to the 24th. I'm doing a warehouse skate party, and we're gonna have some art up there. I would love to have your art up there. DM me. Your shit is dope, dude. I just went through your whole thing. That's fire. So if you're gonna be in
I
New
just
York,
put up a digital version of it. Absolutely.
that is
Let's
dope.
go. I love when stuff happens in spaces.
Yo,
Like,
New York's gonna be lit, man.
love it.
For
Hey,
sure.
we open bar for 4 hours, so come down and hang out with the Sox.
Where's
We got
that?
an open bar for 4 hours.
Fuck, you know we're there, dude. We're there. I'm there all 4 hours of that open bar. I'm fucking getting destroyed that night. Me and Taylor are gonna dance in the streets.
All you gotta do in New York City NFT is maintain. If you don't drink, and you don't drink on the reg, like,
You better smoke.
maintain, because you'll be sleeping by like 9 o'clock. This is a huge ass party.
Smoke for
You-
edibles.
Yeah, I'll do some Delta 8 gummies. What I'm saying, but like,
Oh wow.
So I
Um,
am but I'm just saying, like, yo, you gotta watch your alcohol intake, because it is such a party that people get
Oh my gosh.
really, really, really. So can I share one anecdote real quick? As that
Definitely.
Time Clock got to go to the last one, you know, when Toddler Pillars had a great like Times Square piece. Billboards were showing up with NFTs. It was like incredible. Like, if you look at the articles back then, it was like nuts. It was like they took over Times Square. It was all NFTs, right? So Tyler goes down. He goes to Bored Ape Yacht Company. He does this whole thing with like a bunch of music artists, Beck and all such. He loves Beck, so I got to see Beck, the Bored Apes. But anyway, he comes back, and then Kyrie Irving's birthday was at the same time, and so one of the guys,
Yes.
let's go to Kyrie Irving's birthday. And so he goes over to Kyrie Irving's birthday. He goes to a club where there's nobody in there, but there's like 9 people. And one of them's Jay-Z sitting in a couch. And my friend Takwak, the artist behind the whole project, he just said, I don't have anything to say to Jay-Z. I want a cigarette. And so he left. And I was like, what the fuck did you just do, dude? Like, you were in the room with Jay-Z. He's like, what am I gonna say to Jay-Z? I was like, I don't know. I love your collaboration with Rick Rubin. Like, like the blueprint was great. Whatever. But he was like, I wanted a cigarette. I mean, that's legit. That's how New York City NFT rolls. You never know who you're gonna run into or what you're gonna do. So go out there. I got some pogs for everybody. I'm gonna make pogs, Pog Federation pogs. I swept the floor on eBay for actual Pog Federation pogs. If you look at your pictures right now, you're all a bunch of circles. If you don't know what pogs are, you're missing the page. They're about to launch an NFT project, and I'm scooping up their entire floor on eBay.
Sweet.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck with them so hard. Like, I can't wait to troll them to death, because I have official Pog Federation that I can take anyone's NFT and make it into a Pog. So when I go to NYC, I'm gonna hand people Pogs, and then we can play a game. We can play for keeps on NFTs if anyone feels like
Dylan, for sure.
Anyway,
cool.
but if you don't know Pogs, no problem. But anyway, thank you guys so much. This is my final sign off on this. Thank you again, boss. Like, visual, everybody, South by Southwest crew. Like, you guys kick ass, and thank you for giving me like this time. I appreciate it. I delegate the rest of my time to the floor. Thank you.
Yeah, I see Web3 loves you back. I just wanted to give a special shout out to Dedos. He's from Vancouver. He's been in the music industry and also has at least 2 collections when he doesn't have probably more things on the go. I pinned up his work, and I can't say enough about him. So humble and talented. And if you are into anything that has to do with graffiti or skating, and music or hip hop, definitely check out his work, because like he's got some wild style. Like it just connects. And honestly, I think again it's all about supporting the artists. And I mean I've heard that Dedos' name's been dropped a little more often with other people, and I don't want to give anything out yet, but I've heard some connections and I'm impressed. Like, hearing certain things going on in the background and the rumblings, I'm like, I will definitely say you want to hold at least one piece, because when these other connections start going and Dedos' stuff is gone, you're gonna be like, I really wish I got at least one piece. Like, just one. And
I got some alpha. I want to add some alpha to that, since we're speaking about my buddy Dedos. There's a big possibility, and maybe I'm just saying things, I don't know, but there might be some project drop in between me and Dedos. Maybe.
Oh snap! Oh, I can't wait. I love it. Dedos, we're gonna talk later. No, I'm just kidding. But no, that's excellent. I mean, again, what spaces can do when you network, doesn't matter how big the space is or small the space is. I think it's better in smaller spaces, because then you're not waiting 5 hours to say something, or like it's difficult. I've been in some spaces with 130 more people, and if they don't like you, you're not coming up to talk. Or if you didn't retweet the room, which I think is next level silly. I'll just say that. I'm like, what are we, kindergarten? Like, oh, like you're not a cool kid, so like you can't talk. What am I even doing in this space? And I leave, and I was so put off by some of this stuff, and I'm like, really, is this what we're really doing? Everybody deserves to talk or ask questions or learn. Like, you don't even know if they're just learning, so help them. You're just being an arrogant, nasty person in a way, like mean person. And I just was really put off by that. So just keep on doing what you're going to do. Support those who you can support. If you can't buy at the moment, just retweet and talk about them, or even, like, if you can be that matchmaker and say, hey, you know what, I think I found, I was in a space and I saw this person's artwork and I vibe with it. Here's a new little trick, and I think this is a bullish bish tip. When you're looking at somebody's OpenSea, if you really like it, just click that like button as well, because this also is an indicator to somebody who is purchasing it or looking at the collection. Oh wow, you know what, this one, a lot of people are vibing with this one. And what ends up happening is it stays in your OpenSea wallet, and then you don't have to look for it, and you can just click on it and see if it's still available to purchase later. So I think this is also, it's like buy later. Doesn't mean, again, like there's a lot of action, minting. This doesn't mean that you're not gonna buy the person's NFT or project. This means other things are coming up. And Dedos, I will purchase an NFT from you. I promise. At least one. And I already was speaking about getting a custom made. So with Bullish Bish on, like, on the brass knuckles. So I consider brass knuckles. But the ring, right, where you had the love and hate. So yeah, definitely be vibing with that.
Bullish, in honor of this whole scheme here, this whole situation, this show, the honor of being here, could I give a talk out to somebody? Would that be like
100%? I don't think anybody would say no to a talk.
Let's go.
I will take your talk and I will give it to somebody else if you I'm just kidding. Yeah, let's go. Give out a talk. Let's go. Let's get it going.
I guess I would acquiesce this position to you as to how it should be given out. If anyone could tell a good joke or cipher or something like that. Like if anyone wants to just show out right now, like being free on Twitter Spaces, we have no idea who anybody here is. We're all just like regular people. But if you have anything to offer as far as a talent show, to end this out, so we can all go to bed and sleep well.
Sleep with our talks? I'm sorry, did you say that?
You have to sleep with your talks. They need warmth. It's just a thing about their...
Right.
It's a thing about their bodies. But anyway, if anyone's anything to offer, like, someone pitched, like, who should get a talk, and I can hand you a talk in real time. I'll make you a part of our community.
Let's go.
I wake up in the morning, say GM to my llamas, Ethereum chain swing off of my collar, coming in the Discord, bringing all that drama. If it ain't Legion, then the herd's gonna stomp you. I don't really fud with none of these imposters. I only directions from the llama boxes. Melody, Banana, Vandalama, Allen Ainsley, laid back, one crazy. Drop 1, drop 2, drop 3. JG, put me on. Looking tasty, blood dripping out of his mouth, flooding his eyes, do-rag on his head. I know he ready to ride. Time is money and Ethereum, I don't waste mine. Paper hands pop up and we laugh when they slide. It's a Vic of the game. For me, it's another chain. Eat pizza with my shades on, lay back with the gang. My llama talked to me. He said, don't sell me. I said, be cool when moon come be ready. My llama talked to me. He said, AMA. I said, say less. I let my llama lead the way.
Just give this man a talk. Give this man a talk.
Oh no, it's solved. DM me, bro. DM me, bro.
Nice.
DM me the wallet, bro. Like, no.
Hey, The only thing I'm gonna say though, Papa Psalms, just don't think you're gonna be Papa Talk, man. You're gonna have to challenge me and my team to be Papa Talk.
Yes, sir.
Hey, like I gotta say, like lately, I just got like I woke up to ASAP Rocky One Train, and
Nice.
I was like blown away. I was like, it's the most Wu-Tang shit I've heard ever since Wu-Tang, and I was
Yes.
like blown away. I was like, oh my god, Kendrick's on there, like everybody's on there, and the lines are amazing. Obviously, they did it like in separate places and not in a studio together, 'cause
Right.
whatever. But oh my god, it's unescapable. Like I want to learn every word. So my bro, thank you for that freestyle, and thank you for like doing that. Like DM me your wallet, bro. You're good. I'll get you a talk.
I would love Scribbles. I'm just saying, maybe I'll even give him one if like let's just say if you didn't want to give one to him, but Malaysia does not have a talk yet. Do they? Because if that's the case, I'd say Echelon should maybe hold one. Reason why is I think he could definitely do things in Malaysia with his talk. I'm just saying. We can have a Malaysian talk.
At the end of the day, the talks want like the most diverse community that we can build. We want everybody from everywhere. Like everybody from everywhere. Like that's what we want. What we got is a great group of artists. Comes down to hip hop, to like actual visual art, like jib jab stuff, like whatever it is. Everyone's got their own take, but like we are really locked out, and we have a huge group of artists. So I would love an artist to hold a talk, no doubt. So I'm gonna handle it with that cipher right there. Like, no shit, man.
Yeah, I think a collab between you guys would be ideal as well. I mean, at some point, because like the colors are so vibrant, and so are the talks. Like the talks
Right.
are like next level, crazy, wild colors.
Look at our backgrounds. Like we're twinsies. You know what I'm saying? We're twinsies. So yeah, let's go.
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all for letting me in, speaking my mind, sharing my artwork, and providing some positive feedback.
Well, on that note, I'll let Visual wrap up this space. It's been a great space. I do have to get a little rest, and I have to respect everybody's time. It's almost midnight, and we're in different time zones. So again, great space. Thanks for coming out. And Visual, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah. Appreciate everybody popping in here. Man, always good vibes. Love it. Psalms, man, thank you for all that great talk about the llamas, man. Now I'm in tune with that. Echelon, we got your back, man. Whatever you got going on, we got you. Scribble, you already know, man. We are the talk team. We got you. Dados in the building. Love always. Nino, everybody else listening in. We appreciate you guys. James, it was great meeting you, man. You got some awesome work. Definitely connect with us, man. Reach out to everybody that spoke to you today, man. We definitely got to link up and do some things. So, yeah, appreciate y'all. Everybody have a great night. I got to get myself some rest. Make sure you go to bed. If you got a talk, make sure you go to bed with your talk. He's going to protect you. He's going to look out for everybody that's bad out there that's trying to get you, because he's worse than the bad people. He is an evil little dude. Look out for that talk.
Notice at the moment right now, the whole market, go and watch all the other top servers that, have a lot of people inside of their Discord, I think equally everywhere, everything is just slowed down, so I think this is the test of time to see which community can literally inherit the culture of that NFT and portray it as well as they can, and how long can they carry this forward, because I think many projects will have to stand the test of time, and the founders, many founders can actually do a lot of things at the start, but once you're finished minting, and how do you expand, and whether founders go through a burnout, how are they performing? I think a lot of these things comes into aspect, and And in the C-Shocks, I didn't put much pressure on myself at the moment. Like if you're talking about the overseas crowd, we've just got about like 1,200-300 people oddly on our Discord. But what I've did what I've done, Bullish, is that I've tried to cater this back to Malaysians due to one of our partners coming on board, and he is able to actually take the marketing word out very vastly in Malaysia, and hence why we went about to provide these 8 extra retail perks. So because being Malaysians, sometimes some people can be really cheap. So if they're going to be buying a watch for about 300 or 400 US dollars, that is why with these 8 retail partners, after we've done a calculation, if you utilize any one of their designs and you claim anything from their retail outlets, by the end of 12 months, you're going to get back more than whatever you have invested in the watch.
Oh, that's an interesting utility and
yeah,
very
but it's
good.
only for Malaysians. That's the thing.
I get
That's the
it.
thing that
Well, I
I'm not
might be a
happy about.
part-time Malaysian, so we're gonna have to work on my citizenship.
Sure, I'll hook you up. My friend
Visual
works
has
in the
a
ministry.
yeah. Visual has a maybe he wants to ask you something. He has his hand up.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I've
Let's
been
go
wanting
ahead.
to
That's
be
okay.
rude here. What's up, Mr. Echelon? It's been a while since we spoke. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing very fine. Thank you so much, sir. Nice to hear from you.
Awesome.
Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I wanted to ask, we met you a few months ago, man, and we're definitely excited about the project dropping. I wanted to ask how you guys are along in that process of releasing and, what might be holding it back.
Okay. So the thing is that why we didn't dare to go out in the market during March. Okay, initial date was a Valentine drop. That was impossible because my partner Jin in Malaysia, March was Chinese New Year's. So in the country when it's Chinese New Year's, it's closing for the Chinese. So he had to close all his clients' accounts. So we couldn't make it in Valentine's. So for March, when we wanted to go out, the both of us weren't confident enough with the people we had in our Discord. So what we did is that we had to rope another marketing partner in who actually owns a few advertising agencies. So he's got media houses that are under his wrist. So right now we've got quite a number of media outlets, a number of KOLs that are from Malaysia, Singapore, that is going to roll out the marketing for us from the 19th of April. So what's happening is that from the 19th of April, there will be a blast from about 10 to 15 media houses, and then followed by another 15 key opinion leaders that will do it on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for us. And then comes in the retail partners, and then we go for mint on the 4th of May.
Awesome.
So
That sounds amazing, man.
May the 4th be with you. That is smart.
And we've created 3 perfect Star Wars designs, but I dare not launch it because I don't want to get sued by this guy. So I'm still thinking, how am I going to play this out?
Yeah. No, definitely. That's awesome to hear, man. We've been excited about the project for a while now, since we first met you, and definitely looking forward to that. If there's anything that we could do to help you out with that release, man, please don't hesitate to reach out. I know you've been on a few spaces with Bullish, so yeah, let's continue to grow that, man. We're definitely here to help you out with whatever's going on with that.
Thank you so much, man. Like the both of you, especially Visual and Bullish, man, I really love your vibes. I mean, you guys are always looking out for people that are trying to build in the space, and you never cold shoulder anyone. You're always so encouraging, man. God bless both of your hearts and keep doing what you're doing, man. And every time when I see your faces, I'm going to be pulling up for sure. And thank you so much for putting me on.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming
man.
in. I know with the time zone and everything, I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. And I see we got Scribble in here. What's up, Scribble?
I know we haven't really talked about the talks too much in here, so
I always love to talk about the talks.
yeah, if you don't know about the talks, we're gonna let you know about the talks. The talks is talks. You know what? I can't change my llama though. I'm committed to this, but I am a big talks holder, and I think okay. So here we go again. Utility. What can you do with your PFP NFT once you own it? So the utilities are basically endless. Like you can come up with your own merch, which I've seen on a varsity jacket, which was quite impressive. Was it a gutter cat? Was on a varsity jacket, done really, really well. And like you can run with it. Like they're putting NFTs on basketball shoes at a game. Like these are the things that you can do with your own PFP, NFT. You own it. And as far as I know at the moment, there hasn't been any major issues. So these are the things that you can run with. Like, if you have a creative mind or you have an idea, run with it. See, test the waters. Who knows? You might have the next huge market